Coming onto the field, a group of 250 dedicated student musicians. This is Go Iowa State Marching Band! The Sunburn Marching Band is directed by Assistant Dr. Jamie Shield. Conductor of bands at Iowa State is Dr. Michael Molina. Staff members are Kelsey Depot, Katie Gilbert, Maggie Grubb, Owen Willis, Alex Nielsen, drum major Shelby Robinson, next to Jacob Welcome, drumline instructor Luke Sessions.
Do video?
Huh?
Is he doing video? I can do video. I know what we're doing. Okay.
Visual coordinator Travis
I love it. Awesome.
Rachel Hansen. Cyclone Nation.
Go Cyclones! You said go Tigers? Go Cyclones! ISU!
Marching Band!
I got lots of us professionals. Like I said, I knew I had to cut them off the last game because they called back 30 yards. What was that? That was hot enough. Oh, they had 37 yards like call back, 80 yards run call back, 93 yards reception call back. Another win.
It's your turn, Eastside. On your feet and join us with For Us.
So I must have been on the commentary. I was like, well, another flag. And I'm assuming it's going against Gilbert because I haven't seen any indication yet, but every flag for the last 5 minutes has. So, that's right, so that's great. I should have said that out loud. But I was so fun. I can't imagine how much the guys had to mention it. That was just
We now salute America's armed forces.
and they will cripple their eyes.
Please stand as we play the Coast Guard. The Navy. The Air Force. The Army. The Marine Corps. Military members, thank you for your service. Please welcome to the Gilbert High School Marching Band. Conducted by the Director of Bands at Gilbert High School, Mr. Byron Taylor, with our national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare of us bursting in air gave proof. And of the
These cords are really long.
Yeah, they're incredibly long. New ones. They're so left and right. Yeah, we didn't put it on the Facebook page, so I had people asking me for the.
What a great way to start a Friday night. The Iowa State University Cyclone Varsity Marching Band, not the Junior Varsity Marching Band, the Varsity Marching Band in attendance tonight, playing with the Gilbert Band side by side. Byron Tinder, our director of bands, even got to help direct them for the national anthem, and we're thankful for Iowa State for coming out tonight and making things pretty cool. But the task at hand now is the Gilbert Tigers, 1-2 on the 2018 campaign, coming to take a 3-0 and ranked Greene County Ram team. They're ranked 10th in Class 2A. This is a non-district game. Greene County plays in 2A. Plays teams from kind of the southwest corner of the state, Atlantic, Shenandoah, I think Red Oak's in there, OA, BCIG, Kemper, and that side of the state. But Greene County already has as many wins this year as they have in the last 2 years combined. We got some new equipment we're trying out. We've got so much of it we don't even know what to do with it. But Greene County, Pat Starr is joining me on the mic tonight. We may do kind of a three-man, kind of a
little tag team match here. I think Troy's going to jump in. I'm hoping.
Dandy Don Meredith, who we had.
Can I be Howard Cosell? Can I be Howard? Is that okay?
You can.
Okay, I'll be Howard. Because I can't think of the way he talked anymore, but I know it was crazy. So.
Yeah, I don't think that would be.
Should I not talk like Howard? That I shouldn't try to do a Howard Cosell imitation.
We'll just try to be Trent and Pat.
That sounds good. We can do that.
We're going to be the best Pat and Trent we can be.
Absolutely.
So we're going to try to call the action here tonight. It's a warm, sticky, muggy night. We're sitting high above the Tiger Memorial Coliseum here. We've had the Iowa State University Marching Band, the national anthem. Honored veterans with their what kind of songs do you call those? Their rally song? I don't even know. Over here, over there. They had what do you call it?
All the different anthems for different anthems for the
armed services.
Armed services, different ones. Yep.
Very cool. And my father, I was just talking to somebody today. My father was a paratrooper in World War II, was an Army veteran, and very decorated World War II soldier. And we appreciate all of our veterans who are serving tonight. We had military honored night for the Rollins Story game too, Pat. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I don't think you were at that one. Troy and I had that one. So the task at hand, the Tigers are going to take on a much, much improved Greene County team, 3-0 on the 2018 campaign. Now they did beat Sadell, who is not a very storied program, kind of struggled. Sure. They beat Nevada pretty handily, and they also beat Perry, their big rivalry. That's the game for the bell. They've got like a trophy game against Perry.
Oh, really sweet.
They beat them in a very, very close game, so the Tigers are going to have to improve. Tigers kind of coming off a stinging loss where they had a halftime lead of 16-0. 16-0, end up losing the game 31-22 to the Boone Toreadors. And I'm taking the blame for that loss, by the way, Trent. Troy mentioned that to me today. It was all my fault because I was not there until halftime. And up until halftime, they were ahead.
We were ahead 16-0.
Pat Starr gets there, and the wheels kind of
fell off when I got there. So I distracted them. So it is my fault. So if they start scoring south tonight, I'm heading home.
He's going to head.
I'm going to leave the stadium. So.
Yeah, I think you should just leave the county.
Just leave the county. just completely go to Polk County. I don't know.
To the north. The Tiger captains you see going for the coin toss: Jacob Hillhouse, Matt Berge, Anthony Porter, and Landon Howard 25. Porter is 99, Gilbert 70, and Matt Berge 1. They really nice to see Greene County honoring one of their student athletes who was killed, and I don't know the whole story of that, but I read about it in the paper a little bit. So they're bringing out a.
Okay, we got a little feedback that our mics are a bit fuzzy sounding.
Maybe we need to turn them down a little bit, pot them down.
Maybe a little.
They're new headsets. We're using new headsets tonight.
So yeah, we had one new and one old one last week.
So hopefully,
thanks for that feedback. My cell is 515-450-7512. If you have that feedback, thank you very much. Penny Davis listening in. So I appreciate that. Penny helps us out because it is brand new equipment.
We're just trying it out.
And we're trying it out. We've gotten very used to the other stuff.
So Troy's out. The third man, we're going to go with 3 guys tonight, and Troy will be the third man in the booth. Lights are on in the booth. It's a super muggy, sticky night, not unlike the first week we worked up here against the Webster City Lynx. I do think Matt Berge was hurt last week. We'll see if he comes out. Tigers will get the ball to start the game on offense. They're going to send back Drew Hatfield, number 7. And 25, Landon Howard. If some of you guys, that Hatfield name sounds familiar, his brother Dax Hatfield, a very decorated Tiger performer here. One of the funner kids that you and I have got to call the action on, and whether it was the basketball floor, the football field, or the baseball field, Dax Hatfield was kind of fun. Drew Hatfield, a good kid, and glad he's getting a chance to do that here. So this is going to be tough. The white uniforms with white numbers. Greene County does so. I'm just going to apologize. Probably nobody listened from Greene County. They have their own broadcast right down the way here, and they'll.
That's a bit tough there, Trent. You're right. They have white uniforms, white numbers with maybe a little bit of a blue outline, which is not real.
No, it's hard to see.
Not real clear.
The snazzy, they're good looking.
Old guy like me, Trent, that's a little tough to pick out.
I think it's supposed to be a whiteout game, but nobody told the crowd.
Oh, actually, it is a whiteout game. You're right. And the student section is whiteout. So Greene County is participating by doing the whiteout game.
Yeah. Cale Fisher will boot it high and deep. It's going to be fielded by Hatfield at the 2-yard line. He's going to haul it in, go up the middle. Look for some blockers. There's not many out there. And boy, Greene County came flying out. There's
flag as well.
Flag thrown kind of at the point of attack. I didn't see any Tiger.
And he's hurt
Drew
too.
Hatfield is down and grabbing his right knee. Oh goodness, I hope he's okay.
That doesn't look good the way he's pretty roughed up there, Trent. Got hit pretty hard. 3 guys. There wasn't a lot of blocking there. The guys got through.
We're asking our camera guy. It's kind of a gruesome injury. We'll just leave it at that. Drew Hatfield's hurt pretty bad. If you're home, you can maybe just take a moment and pray for Drew and his well-being here. We'll just put it on the scoreboard. Put it on the scoreboard
for now.
So we're going to have a little break in the action. I think we'll probably just maybe pod the mics down and just kind of have it go silent here for a little bit while they work on Drew.
Okay, we're back on the air. Drew Hatfield injured on the opening kickoff.
We're not doctors up here. We're not even really very good broadcasters, but
Absolutely.
Drew got hurt pretty bad. That one's he will obviously not be back tonight. We wish him nothing but the best. Drew Hatfield, one of my favorite kids, and I'd put him on that list of kids I joke around a lot trying to adopt because I love
Great
him so
young man.
much.
He's a phenomenal young man.
So the good news is there's an ambulance already here, and so he's going to probably have to go get some medical attention at the hospital. And we wish Drew nothing but the best, and we'll get back. So the Tigers will have the ball.
Deeper in their own territory.
We don't know where the ball's at because they spotted it. There was a penalty on the play that was against the Tigers. I think the ball was out to probably the, let's see.
They're spotting it about the 7, it looks like right now.
So it was out to the 14. That one's probably going to be a half the distance. So we certainly hope Drew is okay and that he'll be back before you know it. So Tigers will come out on offense here. We'll give you their starters here in a minute. I know Landon Howard will be one of the wings, and we'll see.
You see who the quarterback was yet here? I didn't see that yet.
I don't, but I have a pretty reliable source that Tanner Henningsen will see the field tonight. Whether he starts or not, I know he's going to play. Took a lot of reps this week in practice, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, Pat.
I've been wrong many times.
Hey, Matt Berge is going to start at quarterback. It's good to hear. Nothing against Tanner Henningsen, but you want your starter out there, Matt Berge, the senior. So Anderson and Landon Howard will go to the left. Tight formation up under center is Berge. Tigers start from their own 7, 1st and 10. They'll give it over the right side to Aiden Carr. Aiden's going to plow forward and get out to about the 11. Gain of 4 on first down. Good methodical play on first down. That's we saw in the first game, Tucker Hansen got a lot of carries in the first half, and Aiden Carr was kind of the featured in the second half. I don't know how it went last week. I didn't look at the numbers, but Aiden Carr, a very dependable running back. He's going to be in the slot to the left now. 2 wide receivers right and left. Mitch Johnson into block for Berge. He'll take the shotgun snap, roll right. Look to throw. He's got a receiver open out there. He throws through
Howard.
So we'll talk at some point tonight when we kind of have time. You can kind of talk a little bit about last night. The Tigers will do some substituting. They have Ethan Newell, 14, will come in on an obviously passing down here. 3rd and
Mitchell Johnson steps out. Mitchell Johnson, the blocking back. So set in some extra hands there.
Tigers will be well to pick up a first down here. They're pinned down right about the 10-yard line. It'll be up 3rd and 8.
Just joining us at 0-0, 11:22 left in the first quarter.
He's going to throw. He's got a receiver open out there, and Porter keeps his feet and gets the first down. Matt Berge under heavy pressure just got that ball away. Got Anthony Porter as tight end. Seen him kind of throwing it to Porter a little bit more as the season goes on. Anthony did a good job. If he goes down right after he catches it, Pat, they're going to be punting here. Yeah, he got the first down.
Nice job, keep his balance. Berge took a shot. I got a picture of Berge's ankle last week. Yeah. Pretty ugly ankle there. So congrats to him for being on the field today, and I'm sure they wrapped it up tight.
Now,
young man.
I could watch open heart surgery. Wouldn't bother me a bit. I cannot see what we saw here a minute ago.
That was ugly.
Where Drew's leg got his left leg injured. They're going to pitch it out to the right side. Tucker Hansen trying to get around the corner. He's got one guy to beat. He's not going to really do it. He'll probably get a yard or two. Go out of bounds.
Picked up 2. Yep, looks not a bad game from where it started. Didn't look at much there at all. Tucker strong to the outside. Very fast, very quick on his feet.
Kind of a shovel pass, and I think it was just a little slow in developing. If Tucker had got the ball a second earlier, we're going to have to bring up 2nd 8, balls at the 19. Clock's rolling, 10:30 to go.
Good pursuit by Greene County there. You see they're stacking a lot of guys in the box for those who were able to see it on the YouTube channel. About 9 guys at the line of point of attack.
Got to give it underneath to Tucker Hansen. He's got a little room to run. He'll juke one way or not. He's going to get 3 or 4, but Tiger's going to be at another 3rd and 4, probably 4.5 yards.
At the 26, looks like.
So good to see Matt Berge in there. I know Tucker Hansen took a lot of snaps in practice, mostly because I sat next to his father at a volleyball game last night and talked to Brent for a little bit. His little sister Ella plays on my daughter's softball team.
Tanner.
Yeah, what I said.
Tucker. You said Tucker.
Tucker. Tanner Henningsen.
Okay, Tanner.
Tucker Hansen.
Yeah, yep.
My apologies. Spread formation now, and Newell will come in motion. They'll give him on an end around. He's got a little room to run. He slipped and fell. I see where they mark it. They are going to give him the first down.
And he definitely had that. He hit the 30. He was running him. He hadn't gone down. Nice play there. Developed quick. That end around sometimes takes a while to develop. But I must admit today it sounded pretty darn good. That was really quick to the attack. Cut left field in a hurry and got the first down.
Ethan Newell on the end round. I'm not sure I've seen him carry the ball this year.
I haven't seen him yet.
Pretty good job of really getting going north and south. If the band sounds loud tonight, it's because it is. We'll talk about that here in a second after this play. Under center is Berge. He'll give it over the left side to Tucker Hansen. He'll kind of step. Really made pretty good gain on first down to tiptoe through traffic. The Iowa State University Marching Band is with us tonight. They do that occasionally. They'll travel around to high schools on a Friday night before a home game, and Iowa State hosts the Oklahoma Sooners tomorrow. And
it's kind of cool to see that. We have the camera pan over there again. It's pretty awesome to look out in our end zone and see 200 people with the Gilbert Band and the Iowa State Band.
There's probably more than that because I think our band's 140.
That's true.
Pistol formation now is Berge will take the snap, drop straight back, looks to throw across down the left side. That was a broken route because Landon Howard had broke off at about midfield, and that ball landed at about the 30. So a little confusion between quarterback and wide receiver. You don't see that a lot between those two because they played a lot together. They have to bring up another 3rd and 6. Tigers have converted 2. We'll see if they can get a 3rd.
8:54 left in the first quarter.
Then we'll come back in for Mitch Johnson. The Tigers will undoubtedly go with the 4 wide. Now, you've seen them kind of stack 3 guys, kind of all 3 in the slot, which is a formation we haven't seen a lot of this year. And I'm guessing Randy Sneezik has saved a few arrows in his quiver. We haven't mentioned a lot of Greene County guys on defense, and we probably won't a lot tonight just because they have their own broadcast. Howard's in motion. Snap, they're going to run an option right. Tucker Hansen's out there, but he's got 2 Greene County defenders. He'll stiff on one, but he's going to get thrown out of bounds. Actually lose about 5 yards, and the Tigers will have to punt. Pretty well sniffed out by the Rams.
Yeah, they read that pretty quick at the point of attack. He really came up fast. Really a reasonable passing down. Good play, I think, by the Tigers. Good thought process, but the Greene County did not buy on the passing down aspect and shut it down quickly at the point of attack.
And an obvious passing down, the Tigers elect to go with the option, which is sometimes you can kind of spread out.
Pull up, yep.
Yeah.
And make it work.
We'll see Matt Koenig. The kicker will drop back. The reason I said the kicker is that's his nickname, the kicker.
The kicker. He handles all the kicking duties for the, unlike college, we talked about that last week, we have Koenig who does the point after kicking, the field goal kicking, the kickoffs, and the punting.
We'll send Kenyon O'Brien in motion. Koenig will boot it. It's head and over end, going to hit. We'll see if it takes a Gilbert bounce, and it does. It's all the way down to the 30. Now the 25, and it's still rolling. So the Tigers get a really... That's one of those ones that either bounces and goes back 15 yards or rolls down the field 30 yards, and it rolled down the field. So
it's but a 46-yard punt, as I'm kind of estimating real quick there, on what started out to be like a 20-yard punt before it hit, and it bounded about 26 yards. So we'll take that. So 8:38 left in the first quarter. Greene County will take over on their own 23-yard line, Trent? 22?
And they'll use
23.
Brett Riley is their quarterback, number 7. We'll call a couple other guys' names here in a minute. Riley's looking to pass over the left side, and he's got a receiver out there. I really have no idea who that is. I cannot see that number from this far away.
I cannot either. Any hope there, Troy?
Xavier Hayes, 21, I believe, caught that one.
Good job.
I'm going off Frederick Killian. He's got a guy with binoculars, so we'll kind of listen in the background to Greene County will go no huddle.
3 wide and a man in motion.
They're just going to give it up the middle to, pretty sure that's Carter Morton, number 3.
Be enough
or Colby Kafer, number 2.
Down, I'm afraid.
Colby Kafer, I think, number 2.
Good start for Greene County there. 2 plays and 10 yards.
Numbers are really, really hard to read.
They're really hard to see.
Kind of contrasting jerseys, Tigers with black uniforms, white numbers.
It's almost easier to look at their shoulders. They have the numbers on their shoulders.
Oh, actually, that is a good point, Troy. Small as it is, it's actually easy to see.
Thrown across the middle, bobbled, and then caught, but well short of a first down.
Mitchell Johnson and that Drew Hawthorne, I couldn't tell. Yeah, Drew Hawthorne on the tackle, number 20, right?
Drew Hawthorne. It's going to bring up a second down. That was first down. I forgot they'd gotten the first down. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5 to throw on first down.
20 is Trey Hansen. 20 is Trey Hansen. Sorry, 20 is Trey Hansen. My bad. My apologies, Trey.
I thought it was number 10.
And 23 is Drew Hawthorne.
Going to get back up the middle. Broken tackle. He's going to go outside.
Tackles.
Colby Kafer gets going at a pretty good rate of speed and just breaks a couple tackles and moves the chains.
You know, one of the benefits of looking at their numbers, though, is you look at ours and like, there's no excuse for us not to be able to see our numbers.
Those are
true.
Almost look neon at this point.
So Greene County moved the ball quite well. No third down yet. 2 first downs on two play movement there. So
play action pass. He's going to throw across the middle. He's got a receiver open. That's Carter Morton, number 3. He's going to catch it at about the 35-yard line and go down. But
tackle by Tucker Hansen.
Greene County moving the chains. They're going to go no huddle and not necessarily a hurry up, but they're just not huddling up. They're going to meet right at the line of scrimmage. 2 slot to the left and 2 to the right. 1 running back behind quarterback. He'll drop straight back. Pressure by the Tigers. They've got him out of the pocket, flushed. Going to try to throw it down the field, and he does. He's out of bounds, though, at the 26-yard line. Really close over there, number 1, Trey Highnote.
Coverage that time by number 10. I guess that's Drew.
10 is Hawthorne. 20 is
because 23 was Drew before. That Gabe Kelly now, so they changed it back to jerseys. So we're back to the okay. All right, so 10 is Drew Hawthorne now. He was 23 for a while.
Second 10 now. They'll give it up the middle.
Hit immediately. Nice job by Mitchell Johnson.
Colby Kafer had the handoff, but he was met right there by Mitch Johnson, as Pat said, and tripped up. Gets right back to line of scrimmage and no gain.
So after moving the ball really rapidly, the first 3 kind of first downs, we have a 3rd and 10 now for the Rams. Maybe in 4-down territory, you think, Trent? I think down here at the 36, not much to gain by punting from here.
Yeah, probably not. The wind won't be much of a factor tonight. I don't know what the field goal kicking situation is. He's going to throw across the middle. The ball is right through the hands. Actually, he was open there at about the 25-yard line. Brett Riley's pass goes through the hands of Morton, I believe.
Trey Hansen on coverage there. Actually had good coverage, but he was open. Could have made the catch, a little high.
Looks like we have a kicker.
So I'm wrong. They're going to punt it from the 35, try to pin the Tigers deep.
I thought for a second they were going to try a field goal. It seemed awful long. They will punt.
Can you pick up that number for us there, Troy? I can't. 28 maybe?
Austin Delp. He'll take the snap. He will kick it. Kind of pooches it. Good looking punt.
That's going to be close.
Bouncing about the 10. It's going to bounce backwards and go out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, right at the 7-yard line.
Nice little punt there.
So for the second straight drive, there was, hopefully that's not a roughing the kicker situation. It's a 5-yard run into the kicker. Yeah, I think my guess is they'll just.
I watched.
So, 5-yard run into the kicker. It looks like they're just going to. Are they going to re-kick it? Looks like they're going to re-kick it.
You can tack that on at the end or not?
No.
Okay.
Because it's a pre-kick. If the foul occurs before a kick,
I would guess that Greene County's going to go for it here.
Sounds like Greene County with the 5-yard, be 4th and 5 from the 30, are now going to go for it.
So kind of a big play. You'd hate to call every play big, but this early in the game is kind of a big play. 4th and 5. Ball sitting right at the 30-yard line. Quarterback will drop straight back. He's going to roll right, looking for a receiver out in the flat. He'll throw it. Knocked down by Drew Hawthorne. Incomplete. No flags on the play, and the Tigers will take over on down. So that actually nudged the Tigers'
advantage. That was genius. That was pure. That was a Bill Belichick play there. We don't want the punt at the 7, so we're going to run into the kicker, and then they're going to go for it. We'll get the ball. That's a 30-yard play, fellas.
That was. Looks like Scott Arders put on a tattered up hoodie for the second half. For the second part of
sleeves cut off it and all. It's Belichick.
It is true that 5-yard penalty against the Tigers actually gained them 23 yards. Because not at the 30. So
Pat Starr good at math. 6:04 to play in the first quarter. Berge will take the snap and play action, and it was a zone read, and really not much going there. 3 defenders for Greene County met. Tucker Hansen, or it happened so fast I couldn't even tell who had the ball.
You were right. Tucker lost about 3.5 on the play, so 2nd and 13, call it. 5:42 left in the first quarter. 0-0 your score if you're joining us late.
So stacked backfield. They move Mitch Johnson over to his left now. Berge will drop straight back. Look to throw. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got 21 Jack Anderson back there. They're going to call pass interference on Trey Highnote. That'll be 15 yards and a first down for the Tigers. Really, it was kind of an unnecessary penalty because that ball landed about 3 yards out of bounds. High school, there is no rule for an uncatchable pass, so if it's interference, it's interference, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Tigers. And both officials, the wing on this side and the back judge, both threw their flags, so clearly I think if the defender would have turned around and taken a peek back, I don't think he would have made contact, and the Tigers would be faced with another 3rd and long. As is, though, doesn't matter. First down at the 42. The Tigers will come right up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give a reverse to Landon Howard. He's got blockers out there and a little room to run. Cuts back in, breaks a tackle. He's going to get 8 yards. That really developed very nice. Tigers will get 8 yards on first down. Last time the Iowa State marching band here, it was Webster City played here. I think Jared Gescheider was quarterback, and we put a paste in on the Webster City Lynx of the likes we have not seen much out of that team. And I believe my daughter played in that marching band with them that year, or not with Iowa State, but with the Tiger marching band.
I thought you were going to say in the game.
Berge drops straight back, looks to throw, he slips, gets to his feet, throws it downfield. He's got a receiver out there.
Nicely thrown ball.
I think that was Ethan Newell.
Ethan Newell. I think Ethan may have slowed down a little bit with Berge breaking out. Berge saw him deep behind the receiver. Nice ball by Berge on the run.
He just leads him about a foot less. That's a touchdown. Newell catches that in stride and takes it in. So 3rd and 2 now, pretty manageable 3rd and 2. The ball's right at midfield, right on the 50-yard line, or the 51-yard line, depending on how you want to look at it. Gentlemen,
that's one of those runs where Berge probably could have run for the first down, but boy, that's a great throw because he had him open and
coming off an ankle injury. I'm guessing
nicely done by Berge.
So good job of Matt Berge, though, recognizing the open receiver up under center.
Fantastic job.
The turn, they'll give it to Aiden Carr of the left side. He's going to go cut outside. He's got a little room to run. He's going to just push forward and get the first down.
Good choice by Aiden there to cut it up for a while. Now he's going to try to stretch it to the outside. Good pursuit. The Rams are pretty quick. They stretched that field pretty good, so Aiden made an excellent decision to cut it up and take the 2 yards to get the first.
The last 4 years, Greene County has went 1 win, 1 win, 4 wins, 4 wins. So they've already got 3. So they've already equaled the number of wins they've had in the last 2 seasons combined. And head coach Mitch Moore in Iowa State, if you remember him, he played for the Iowa State Cyclones a few years ago, 10 years ago. So, and he's really got this program turned around and ranked number 10 in 2A tonight. I just heard it on the radio on the way here. Back to the action now. They're going to send Newell in motion. They're giving to him on the end around. He cuts up. Good decision by Newell, but got caught from behind.
Yeah, good. It was a good decision. He didn't gain much there, but I think he would have lost more trying to take it to the outside. So Newell took up, got what he could, got about 2 yards. Looked like there might have been more when the play started out, but once again, Greene County is definitely pursuing well to the ball.
Greene County fresh off a, I think it was 68-0 pasting of the Sadell Eagles. Did not give up a touchdown last week.
3:35 left in the first. So there may be a little confusion with Tigers calling timeout. 3:34 left in the first. 0-0.
Tigers Rams. See what happened if they didn't have the right personnel or something was off, but they're going to call a timeout. And when
it's a warm night. If this was a state soccer game, they would have been giving a water break by now anyway. So we'll just call that the Scott Otter-sponsored water break.
Hey, remember last week we had a tank on the field?
We did have a tank. I do remember.
What the heck do we have on the other
field today? It's not a tank today. It was like it's like Rapunzel's tower on the field today.
I'm going to guess they're going to open up a door and a real live ram sheep is going to run out of that. That would be epic.
That's about the only thing I could think that would be better than a tank.
Tim Day, who used to do some of these games with me, we used to have half-baked ideas where we talk about just mostly ridiculous, stupid things that we think. Corey Adams has heard a few of those stupid, ridiculous things. And one of the things that I'm a big fan of is actually having whatever your mascot is, actually bringing one of those to the game. So the Tigers would have to get touch with Park Zoo, get a tiger up here.
Yeah.
We play the Rams, they bring a sheep. The Norsemen, you just get some guy in a Viking outfit, bring him out on the field. That's one's kind of easy. The Nevada Cubs, you get a tiny little bear, run him on the field. So it is in the realm of possibilities.
I like entertaining.
2nd and 8, Berge will be up under center. Long count, Long Caden's trying to draw him off. They're going to give it to the right side to Aiden Carr, and boy, he's pulled down from behind. Tigers not getting much of a push on the line of scrimmage. Greene County kind of controlling that area so far. Carr will go off the right side and pick up maybe a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. I think we've said that a few times tonight, gentlemen, the 3rd and 6. Cole Schrader back in at the photojournalist camera operator job tonight.
That was Nick Greene, by the way, in the backfield almost before the snap got there. Good pressure by the Rams. They're getting through. Tigers have to make some adjustments here and see if they can't provide a little more protection back behind the line of scrimmage. Yes, thank you to Cole for running the camera again. Went with Trent Niederell's story, poor man.
Rams have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage here. I think Greene County is going to call timeout this time, if I'm not mistaken.
delay game.
Actually, the Tigers
took timeout to stop a delay of game.
Yeah, the Tigers had 3 wide receivers left and only 2 defenders out there. I thought maybe Greene County had called a timeout to try to stymie any sort of any trouble out there.
So a little bit of trouble for the Tigers here with 2:47 left in the first quarter. They've used 2 of their 3 timeouts. That's not a normal thing. Tigers usually pretty good about managing those. So a little confusion maybe on the field.
Yeah. Through the years, I'd say Scott Otter has made good use of his time.
Absolutely.
There's been a lot of games where we'll use all 6 of them.
He absolutely has. So very unusual for him, but hopefully get it set here. Good pressure coming by Greene County. Smart play by Berge there, although the whistle was blown before the play. Berge threw the ball down immediately just so that there was no question on Greene County of any need to hit him. Not sure if you can hear the Iowa State band in the background, but it really is impressive.
At halftime, we're just going to let you watch them. We're not going to talk at halftime. I've already made that decision. I hope you guys are supportive.
Absolutely.
Dang.
You don't want to listen to him now.
I thought maybe we could sing some barbershop.
Quartetting? Well, we could do that. Just stick the mic out there and sing along.
3rd and 6 now. Anderson will go in motion. Berge will drop straight back. Looks like they got a screen set up. They do. They're going to throw out to Anthony Porter on the left wing. He's got some guys to get around. He's not going to be able to do it. He'll go down at the 39, but I got to think the Tigers are probably going to take another play here and try to get the first down. So they got part of it, got a couple of it, and they need to get 4 or 5 more.
I think they literally are against the punting unit on, I think, there with about 4th and 4 from the 40.
Been 0 for 2 on my play calling analysis there.
I kind of thought they might do the same thing, Trent, to be honest with you. The 40-yard line is kind of, in high school football, a little bit of a no-man's land. It's really hard for the punter, but
the good news is that they've gone for it. Since I suggested it would have been an utter disaster. So I'm sure this will go a lot better. I can't believe I just said that because now
I'm looking. I think calling Kenny for hitting one right here. It's going to be good. Hanging up high, they're going to down it inside the 10.
Send Cale Eiley. They're going to run it. Bad snap.
Oh no!
It's going to go all the way.
Kenny closing fast.
He pulls him down at about the 6-yard line. Guys, I had looked downfield, didn't see what happened.
I think it was attempted a direct snap, or it was a misfire. I think they might have been trying to fake a direct snap to Aiden, and things went awry. I'm not exactly sure where it hit him or if it was supposed to hit him, but
if it wasn't for the nimble-footedness of the kicker, Matt Koenig,
yeah, he really did a good effort there. He was probably a solid 10, 12 yards back of the play. Did a good job of catching up.
Congrats to Kenny there. If you could see that on the camera, he really did. You could see he just put it down.
Closed quickly.
He closed in a hurry to stop that. So, at least for the moment, the Tigers shut him down at the 5-yard line and avoid the touchdown. But Rams set up very well. 1st and goal from the 6.
Brent Riley has gone the distance at quarterback for the Greene County Rams. So they got to get a new football out there because a change of possession, the Tigers were using their football. Now they're going to go to doesn't look like we're online. Is that correct? Got to highlight that with yellow.
It's still over here.
Yeah. Handoff is inside. I'm just going to keep calling the action. The Tigers swarm under. Can you get in there, Troy? Or? Second goal now after a gain of 1. Ball's at the 5-yard line. Shotgun snap.
We were just on the live screen instead of the football one.
Give over the right side. Going to get down to the 2 before 54. Caden Meskin pulled him down from behind.
Boy, the Tigers had that stiffed out right away. Blew it up in the backfield. Nice job by the Ram running back to pop it outside.
If you remember, the game last year was the brownout game where the lights went off right at the end of the game. We had a long delay for the lights to come back on. Probably the most exciting game on the Tigers' schedule last year was this one. 2 very evenly matched teams, and the Rams are knocking on the door. They're going to give it straight up the middle, but pulled down immediately. I believe that was Caden Meskin again. Caden Meskin, just a sophomore.
He's having a great season.
He is having a very good season. The Tigers' leading tackler, 54, Caden Meskin, pulled down.
Now what will the Rams do?
That was
4th and 3.
Colby Kafer, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
Rams are going to think about it with 4th and goal from the 3. Easily within field goal range, but for those of you Cyclone Hawkeye fans, we had this with Iowa State with a 4th and 1 from the Iowa Hawkeye goal line last week, and they were going to go for it. Then they had a false start penalty, which backed them up, and they went for the field goal instead, and that was the only points Iowa State scored last week.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. I'm just rubbing salt in the wound, being an Iowa State fan myself. I've only been here since 1970.
This is one of those weird situations, though. It is on one of the far hashes, too, so it makes it especially in
much for challenging kick for high school.
The hashes are fairly wide, so you do have to kick it back, so that does play a little bit into it.
My guess is I'll go out there, Trent, so you don't have to. I'm going to assume they're going to go for this. So I'm making the statement, 4th and 3 from the goal, 4th and goal from the 3. They're going to go for it.
I think they're going to punt.
I'd quick kick this.
Just play it safe.
So you're punting regular formation, you're quick kicking, and I'm saying they're going to go for it. Okay, we'll see how we do on this.
Nobody took field goal. or victory formation. Seems kind of early to do the victory formation.
I was calling for the bomb, though. They're going to go for it, but they're going to throw the bomb. Speaking of the Iowa State band, into the
how about they go for it here, but they kneel it at the 1 because they don't want to go for 3, and they want to force us to drive at 99.
Force us to drive us 99.
Yeah.
I think you're right. He's going to kneel down just before he crosses.
Right.
Yeah. Make Gilbert go 9.
And then go for the safety.
That's actually supposed to be the safety and a score that way. That's true. He gets more ball back. That's true.
Yeah. You thought it was a dumb idea there, but then.
No, I see where you're going with this.
Talk me into it.
They're all kind of dumb ideas, but that's what we're good at here. The Greene County Rams will,
and this is why we don't get paid.
Exactly.
They literally can't fire us.
So somebody said as I was walking up here, they said, whatever you're getting paid, it should be doubled.
Yeah.
I said, well, they quadrupled it tonight for the Boone game, so we're doing well.
So Brett Riley will come up under center. He's got an I formation behind him. Tight formation. Ball is on the 2-yard line. He's going to roll out, throw it in the end zone. He had a receiver wide open. It slipped off the line of scrimmage, and nobody picked him up. I believe that was Clint Denhart.
Well-designed play.
Nobody got Denhart. I think he was in the slot or tight end and slipped into the end zone. Nobody picked him up. So Greene County strikes first.
Yeah, quarterback kind of thinks like he's going to run just enough to draw the Tigers up, and the tight end, as Trent said, in the slot slides into the end zone with the linebacker vacated, trying to come up to stop the quarterback from making the rush. So to be honest, if the linebacker had stayed back with the receiver, the quarterback could have probably waltzed into the end zone by himself. So well-designed play.
Yeah, that's the benefit of that is that you got.
They're going to go for 2.
Go for 2.
He's not going to get it. He's going to be thrown down.
Well, the Tigers do hold on that. So your score is 11:56 left in the second quarter. Rams 6, Tigers 0.
Yeah, like you're saying, Pat, he's got the option there. If he doesn't see a receiver, somebody's probably staying put on that receiver and doesn't come up for the tackle. So got a lot of options on that.
It was a good-looking play, well designed.
It was. And from a defensive standpoint, and I played safety and was burnt more than once in my career, that's a tough call. You've got to decide instantaneously whether you're going to come up and take the receiver. And like I said, Troy's made a very good point. I think our linebacker made a quick bite on the quarterback to shut that down and couldn't get there in time to stop the pass. So very well designed play by the Rams.
Totally took the kneel down at the 1 out of the equation by doing the pass there, though.
I looked like he might kneel for a second, though, Troy. I saw him hesitate just a moment after he took the snap. Thought for a second he was going to do it. I'm sure he overruled. I'm sure the coach called for the kneel. And I'm sure the quarterback just went off on his own on that one. So thank goodness they scored, because I'm sure the coach would have been really mad at him if they hadn't. And they didn't kneel. So I'm not sure we have back now with, once again, our prayer with Drew Hatfield. Hopefully he's not too badly injured. For those of you joining us late, potentially Drew Hatfield hurt on the opening kickoff.
Carson Johnson back there with Newell. Newell will catch the ball at about the 10-yard line. He'll run left. Ball's on the ground
and covered by the Rams.
Newell fumbles on the 21, and lightning strikes twice.
On the kickoffs, not going so well. That's Carter Morton, a defensive back for the Rams with the recovery.
So with 11:50 to go in the first half, Tigers fumble the ensuing kickoff after the Greene County score, and that'll give Greene County the ball, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 21.
Just a hat on the ball there. Helmet hit the ball as Ethan was running by. Ethan tried to spin by a guy, and the helmet hit the ball and popped it loose.
This is really Greene County kicker can't find the tee.
Not sure what's going on. Or he has it in his hand still, or
He dropped did he drop his mouth guard or maybe one of his shoes? He was running around midfield. I thought maybe he was looking for the tee.
that's what I thought he was doing as well, having back to take it off the field, but or he thought they would have to re-kick.
False tooth maybe fell out. He went back to look
I
for it.
honestly have no idea.
So Riley will take the snap at the 25. He's going to play action pass, throw it downfield. He's got it
Wide open.
Open at the 2-yard line, and he's going to slip in. So one play. 12 seconds after their first score, the Rams
That one stings
strike
a bit.
again.
11:45 left in the second quarter now. As Trent said, just 12 seconds later. After the fumble recovery, the Rams go deep immediately. A lot of teams will do that. Try to put the dagger in there. They stuck it in, scored. 21-yard pass play.
Cale Fisher will come on to kick it. We are going to have a kick this time. It's up. Looks like it's a good kick from where I'm standing. It is.
And it is good. So with 11:45 left in the first quarter, 13-0 Rams. Lightning has struck 2 scores in 12 seconds to start the second quarter.
A real good back and forth first quarter, and the Rams start the second quarter with a score, and then take advantage of a turnover on the Tigers. And
Yeah, a couple big miscues there. The punt, the first one, and then followed up by the fumble there. So
we haven't gone too well. So we have Landon Turner back. I don't know, do we have Ethan back again, or who we have with him this time?
it's like Tucker Hansen, number 6, is deep
Okay.
with Landon Howard.
So we're swapping around our return men here. Newell kind of thrown in there when Drew got hurt. It was Landon and Drew Hatfield. Back there when Drew got injured, Ethan was kind of pressed into service, and now we've got Tucker back there.
If we hear anything on Drew Hatfield's condition, we'll make sure and pass that along. As long as it's from a credible source. Social media, not a credible source. We'll wait.
I see some parents got the whiteout memo. There's a few parents in white here.
come back to
I
your
did not.
credible source here now, while we're resetting the tee. So when you mentioned that, there was just a tweet on the Twitter spheres that showed a weather channel of the hurricane, which is an awful event.
Yes,
but
yes.
they showed the weather channel man standing in the rain, like acting like he couldn't move, like he was bracing it, leaning and swaying back and forth. And then it's hilarious because in the background, 2 just normal dudes are just walking back, like there's nothing going on. And this weather channel guy is acting like
He's getting overwhelmed.
like he's in a tornado.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Fisher will boot this one deep to Howard. Howard will haul it in about the 10. He's going to go left. Jukes one defender. Spins through. Is going to get outside the 25, where the Tigers will start their series.
Boy, the Rams have had just really good coverage on those kicks. There's nothing. Drew really didn't have a lot of room. Ethan didn't have a lot of room, and neither did Landon there. So Tigers have to figure something out. Or we just keep the Rams out of the end zone so they don't have to kick off anymore. So that's our 2 alternatives at the moment.
Well, Tigers would be nice here with 11:39 to play in the second quarter. A lot of time left to get a nice drive, move the chains, and half the Greene County lead. Matt Berge has gone the distance at quarterback, hurt last week, back this week, up under center. He's going to fake play-action pass, look to throw down the middle of the field. He's got Landon Howard out there, and he'll catch it at midfield and go down 51-yard line. So good pitch and catch from Berge to Howard.
Nice job by Howard to come back to that ball. Well covered, actually, but Howard made a nice play back to the ball, pulled it in with 2 defenders on him. Nice throw again by Berge. Stood in there, pressure coming.
Be great with the Iowa State band here tonight if we could have some ending like the Stanford band is on the field game. That'd be all right.
I was going to go with that, with the one of the possibilities of the play, but it didn't really develop in my mind. The trombone player getting destroyed at the goal line.
Yeah.
So they'll kind of do that bunch formation on the right slot. Berge will pitch it out to Hansen with blockers out there, and he's got to get around the corner. Boy, just a great open field tackle out there by someone who I can't tell because I can't read their number. It looks like
Number 3, that's the quarterback.
Carter Morton.
It's the one with the white number.
I thought there was some rule prohibiting you have to have contrasting numbers. They do have an outline. They're really nice-looking uniforms. I'm not dogging the uniforms, but it's hard to see the numbers from up here.
Yeah, if they actually had like a dark green number, that would help a little bit, as opposed to the green outline.
Maybe fuchsia. I don't know. It'd be easier to see than white.
Well, it was really well played by Morton again. That looked good when it started off. As Trent said, they benched 3 Tigers to the right. I thought they had the blockers, but he ate that up in a hurry.
Same bunch. We'll call that the bunch formation, right?
Okay.
Because I don't know what it's called.
I like that. Bunch formation.
Berge went down. I think he was trying to roll left and do kind of an inside screen
pass to
Howard, but 4 defenders got through there and put Berge on the turf quickly.
It makes me a little nervous. Berge had his ankle injured last week, but he's not hobbling, so
it's going to be 3rd and about 20. They got to get all the way to the 40. Ball's at the 42 here, so 2 places. 18, 3rd and 18. It kind of limits your playbook when you've got to get 18 yards on one play. Got to certainly think he'll look to senior Landon Howard, his favorite target, and Tucker Hansen will be all by himself here at the bottom of the screen. Howard will go in motion now. He's going to look to throw to the left. Under pressure again, he's out of the pocket, throws it downfield. He's got Howard out there, but it's going to be picked off. He was juggled out of bounds. They're going to say incomplete. I think that was a reasonable call. He caught it, but he came down out of bounds. And I think Landon Howard kind of had to go into defensive back mode there and probably save the Tigers an interception, and Landon gets up slow.
Morton again there. Man, he is just all over the field. He caused the fumble on the kickoff. Kind of got in there and brought Tucker Hansen down before he get going on that sweep, and in here again. Well done by the Rams. Good defensive. Tigers will figure it out. They'll keep working on it. They've done a variety of plays. Rams putting a lot of pressure on them right now.
Koenig will come back out and punt. 4th and 18. The ball is on the Tiger 42. 9:29 to play in the first half. It's 13-0. Greene County leading your Gilbert Tigers. Porter will step up. Cale Eiley will go in motion. Koenig with a nice high spiral. Be fielded inside the 20, over the shoulder, and it's on the drops turn. Oh! Tigers got down there. They're going to shove him out of bounds. He won't get back to the 20, so well covered by the Tigers.
A beautiful punt.
Beautiful punt by Koenig. Well done.
I kicked that ball 50 yards in the air. Good turned over nicely for Koenig.
It's one of the better punts he's had this year. He's got a really, really strong leg. Nicely done.
I don't know if we have a penalty. There's a penalty right at the 40-yard line.
That might be something that would block on the defensive. Well, the Rams, I would think, of the receiving team, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I would guess it's a hold. Yes.
Hold on Greene County, so
on the return.
So that's a spot infraction unless the foul occurs ahead of the succeeding spot, so that'll be marked back.
So half the distance from the 19?
Well, from the 19.
So be at like the 10 and a half, or where are they going to go? No, they're going.
We're still going.
So no, half the distance.
Well, I think it was at the 17, so now it'll be at the 8. If you look at where they'd laid down the marker,
okay.
So I think that's where the spot was. I think it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Tigers need a defensive stand here. They've got Greene County pinned back.
Use an extra
7, yes.
yards.
3 and out would be. Scott Otter would dial up. They're going to throw it out in the right flat. We're well defended by Drew Hawthorne out there. Drew with a good open field tackle. That's one of my favorite plays. You guys both know working with me. I love a good open field tackle, and Drew executed very well there.
Phenomenal job there, because that's a lot of room as an offensive player. That was one of the things I used to love, was having one guy against you. Right over the field, very well played by Hawthorne on Trey Highnote. Let's go Highnote. Trey Highnote with the catch there. 2nd and 9.
Riley getting the play called in from the sidelines. They're doing the signals. They got a couple different guys with their hat backwards.
4 seconds left on the play clock. Down to 3.
They're going to have a timeout called by Greene County as the FAR official blew his whistle and whistled it dead with 8:32 to go in the first half. Tigers will head down to Highway 69 to Huxley, Iowa to take on the Ballard Bombers next Friday night. Where we will not have another installment of Real Bomber or Ballard Bomber. We were banned from ever doing that again. The FCC got stepped in, and it was for some of our best work, but it was highly inappropriate. Just
Great crowd here for the Tigers here. Home crowd. We're filling the bleachers on this side, and you throw in the Iowa State band and our band. There's probably well over 1,000 people.
Fire marshal may get involved to see if we've got too many people. I don't know who the fire marshal is, but they got the band kind of down in the end zone and having a good time. The Tigers and Cyclone bands.
One of the many cool things that Byron Tinder does, get that together.
There's many of them.
Part of the cool things is just being Byron Tinder.
Yep. Riley will send a receiver in motion. Now he'll stop and go back. He's going to turn and give it over the left side. I think that's Denhart, and there's a flag thrown. That's thrown in the area of holding about 99% of the time. Thrown by the umpire back at the point of attack.
That's 20. That's Hanson there on the tackle.
You want to play coach here again? Do you take this?
They're either going to have third and long or second and longer.
I'm one of those guys that this length, Troy, I think, if I were a coach, I don't think I would take this at 3rd and 7. It just gives them extra play. It just depends. And most of the time they do take it.
Because they're only going to go half the distance here.
And he was down where at the 10?
I think they are going to decline it because they're moving the ball back to the...
That makes sense to me. It's either 3rd and 7 or like 2nd and 10.
It is declined, and the Tigers will have a chance to put a stop. The box says 4th down on the far side, but it's only 3rd down, I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe that was part of the agreement.
Big play here for the Tigers.
Riley will take the snap. He's going to throw across the middle. He's got a receiver open. That's going to be enough for a first down. Pretty good coverage there by Hawthorne, but he just got it into Will Hanson, the wide receiver from the left side.
That was a pretty impressive pitch and catch there.
It was. Very well played.
Hawthorne was right in the back pocket of Will Hanson, but
well thrown ball there.
Riley will turn this time, give it up in the middle. I think that's Denhart running hard. He's the big running back. Kafer's kind of the lightning, and the thunder is Denhart.
Trezzi, I think, on that tackle, along with and Cooper Hearn on that as well. And I think Caton was out there as well. Good job with the Tigers. 3 guys in the tackle there.
Hudson Bellin comes out
as well.
Hot, muggy night. I think the Tigers will try to get some fresh legs on the field. Riley will take the snap. He'll give it to the left to Denhart. Denhart's got some room to run. Carter Johnson had caught him out there and stood him up, and then Tucker Hanson shoves him out of bounds.
Not forget a first down, though. Nice run by the
flag back at the 29. That's thrown usually in the area of some sort of blocking infraction at the point of contact. I'm going to guess it's going to be a hold, and it is. So a couple of penalty flags on the... I say this, and I'm just saying, reporting it because it happened, that Greene County Rams had their first game of the season. They had 219 yards in penalties in one game.
Is that a true story?
It's a true story. I read it on the internet. Actually confirmed by the play-by-play guy.
Was it running by like a running... Like the running thing at the bottom where the guy in the weather channel was bending over in the wind? The same? Okay, that same...
This was a little bit more reliable source. It was actually the Greene County local newspaper that reported it.
That's a lot. Every flag was thrown by Ed Hockley.
It was... so 3 wide receivers right, 1 left.
Ed Hightower called everyone.
2nd down and 15. They're going to throw receiver screen way out to the right side.
Oh, nicely done on the outside.
Good block, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Hearn, but I think he stepped out of bounds at the 30.
31 maybe, so no first down, but they're getting close.
Carter Morton caught that ball and got a good head of steam up, used his blockers wisely.
So I think defensively the Tigers had it. The Tiger defense got caught inside. When he did a little juke inside, they needed to stay outside and keep him turned. He was able to reverse field and get back outside.
Kind of surprised they haven't had a water break. I know they've had some timeouts, but a lot of huffing and puffing on both sides of the ball.
Very hot for this time of year. Really, truly is.
Receiver in motion. Riley will take the snap. He's going to give it to Denhart over the left side. He's going to get outside.
Hawthorne steps up.
Knocks him out of bounds, but not until after he got the first down. Ball's at the 38, I think. 37 maybe?
37, you got it, yep. Good closing speed by Hawthorne, but just a little late to prevent the first down.
Denhart's a big, strong kid. They don't have the dimensions in the program, but he's...
Trent comes off for a water break, as you mentioned there, Trent.
See manager Kevel Peters working the... Tigers are going to jump off sides. It's going to be 1st and 5 now.
Sorry, that was Jacob Gilderhouse, my bad. Jersey 69, Gilderhouse number 70, my apologies.
So they kind of got the Tigers on their heel, and they go with the long count, and a couple of Tigers jumped offside, so it'll bring up a 1st and 5. 7:12 to go in the first half. Get the play signaled in from the side, so there's kind of this little lull. There's not much to see, but Colt Schrader will keep the camera pointed the right direction, I hope.
7 seconds on the play clock.
Riley's looking to throw to the right side. He's got a receiver. He's going to overthrow him by several feet. He had Morton out there, but threw it over his head.
O'Brien on the coverage. Good coverage by Kenyon there, right on top of Morton. So Cooper Hearn comes out.
Hudson Bellin. Actually, Hearn will head back in. Bellin's going to come out.
Oh, okay.
Clock will stop again. It's kind of been a long first half. Riley will give it to Denhart on the left side.
Oh, lots of room on the left-hand side.
It's going to get pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Tucker Hansen on the tackle. Tucker downfield on the receiver. Did not see the play develop behind him. Was covering the receiver. Receiver did his blocking by simply running a pass route.
I'm not sure Denhart even carried the ball in the first quarter. They might just be doing a platoon where Kafer was the main ball carrier first quarter, and Denhart looks fresh and quick. Now Riley's going to throw downfield. He's got a receiver open at the goal line. It's going to be dropped, though, at about the 3-4 yard line. Well defended out there by, looks like Trey Hansen and Tucker Hansen, no relation. You knew that, right? No relation. Hansen boys are not related. I think one of them's Ian and the other one's Owen.
I think that's true. Yeah, you are correct.
Doesn't mean they can't be related, just not likely.
Yeah, I think Tucker's the O, Trey being the E.
One of them a former member of Hansen, the Umbop group.
Yes, that's true. During the halftime show, actually.
6:56 to play. Riley drops straight back. He's got a screen set up. It throws it over the head of Denhart. Good pressure provided there by Anthony Porter.
And Mitchell Johnson stayed with the receiver, made the quarterback throw that ball away. Nice job by the Tigers. Good coverage.
And we hadn't mentioned, knock on wood, we have not had any stoppages of play for uniform
equipment, yeah.
The equipment issues like we did week 1 and week 2. We had about 15 a game. So 3rd and 10 now. Tigers have bent a little on this drive. See if they can hold here at 3rd and 10. Riley's going to pass out in the left flat. He's got him out there. He's going to get shoved out of bounds short of the first down, but that'll just... I'm pretty confident here they will go for it on
4th and 2. I think you're right.
6:47 to go in the first half. Tucker Hansen shoved a receiver. I don't know who it was because I can't read the numbers. I doubt we have any Greene County listeners. They're doing a video broadcast for their local public access channel.
I think we have an equipment.
He's got to go out.
Down. He's got to go out. And the coach is trying to say no. He doesn't want him to have to go out because on this 4th and 3, the ball might have been going to him. Now we have a discussion with the umpire.
Well, if he stopped the game, he's got to send him out.
He's got to send him out. But he is not sending him out. Greene County coach came all the way on the field, hands out, and they, what do you mean? And it seems to have worked. Officials still discussing. Now they're talking in the vicinity of the running back.
I can't tell from that far. Does that receiver, the guy they're talking about, does he have a dark shield on his face?
And also a shield, yeah.
You can't have a shield.
But they're letting it carry on. Interesting discussion there. 4th and 3 now for the Rams from the Tiger 36, 37. Now we have a whistle and a flag. This may change their mind maybe if we have some type of illegal formation maybe. Or do the Tigers jump? I didn't see what happened.
So the wing on our side now is talking to the official.
Ball starts.
There was someone started falsely. Well, that's a huge penalty because instead of being 4th and 3, now you're looking at 4th and 8. Now they may go for it. They've had pretty good luck moving the ball.
Still will. At the 32, seemed like a reasonable.
Does change your play call, maybe. Maybe not.
No, there's going up. They feel confident with their play call. Looks like they're going with the one they had before. 20 seconds on the play clock. They can always change it here at the line of scrimmage.
Riley will drop straight back and throw. Good pressure there by Cooper Hearn. He's going to pull him down 45. Huge play by Cooper.
Cooper.
Comes on a linebacker blitz right up the middle. Nobody picked him up, and he pulls down Really the best defensive play of the night for the Tigers. Cooper Hearn with the sack and loss of, 9 or 10 yards.
Yeah, that's really big because, Greene County gets that there and somehow gets a score on the board before halftime. That makes it really tough on the Tigers. Now, the Tigers can get something going here before halftime and make this a one-score game. That'd be a big change in momentum.
Some of the best field position of the night for the Tigers here at their own 44-yard line with 6:42 left. The Rams are up 13-0 over the Tigers.
I'll just say the best field position is right here between you two. That's all I'm going to say. My buddies, my homies.
There you go, man.
So Berge up under center. The Tigers going to try to move the chains. Going to give it up the middle to is that Carson Johnson in. We haven't seen him run the ball much at all this year.
Boy, he hit that hole. I missed that completely.
Just a quick handoff to Johnson and then fake the reverse. And before you knew it, Johnson was 12 yards down the field.
Very well done.
I used to see him do that during lunch duty in the middle school. Carson Johnson could slip by me, grab a pork chop, and be back at his table before I knew what was going on.
Be a good nickname.
Probably his new nickname would be Trip Tackle. The most legendary tackle of the Tigers season.
Trip tackle, there it is.
Berge will roll right, look to throw. He's got a receiver. That's Landon Howard. He's
hit out of bounds.
He's incomplete. Shoved to the turf maliciously and
he was step on the line when he got
it's hard to tell where the lines are from here, but it did look
a little late. But drops the ball as he was juggling as he went out of bounds. So incomplete, 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
It's really tough because when the Ram players go over there by the sideline, they completely disappear because the uniforms just blend in. It's a little camouflage.
6:16 left in the second quarter.
Or split wide left, 4 wide receivers. Berge in a passing now, will drop straight back. Gets protection. He's going to throw off his back foot down the field. He's got Jack Anderson out there. Jack had it for a second and dropped it. I thought he was going to get it. 3 defenders in the area, but Jack probably had the best chance of catching that. Pretty tough catch to come down in that traffic.
Very tough catch.
But
I think a couple other Ram players might have had their hands on it.
Shows you the confidence Berge has in his receivers, though, because he kind of put that up in the middle of 3 defenders, as Trent said. Anderson made a game effort to pull that in.
Little pressure Berge was feeling. He threw it kind of in traffic and hurriedly and had Jack in the middle of the field. So Jack Anderson and Landon Howard will go to the short side of the field, to the right.
Porter and Hanson down here. 2 wide to the left.
Carson Johnson remains in at tailback. Berge will look to throw. He's going to drop straight back, quarterback draw in traffic. Now he's going to step up and throw. That might have been a design play where he tries to pull the linebackers back up, try to throw over the top to Jack Anderson, but throws it into the Greene County bench.
Didn't have quite enough time. Landon Howard had just come open across the middle just after Berge had to get rid of that. A lot of pressure on Berge in a hurry. Had to kind of step up inside. And so
Joey Kern's running ball boy duty despite having a broken hand. He was all the way at midfield. I think if Joey could put a helmet on, he would try to get in for a play.
I absolutely believe that.
Competitor. I talked to him at lunch today a little bit about. He told me a good way. He's figured out ways to itch inside the cast. He's really got that figured out. 6:04. The Tigers left to punt now with 4th and 10. Koenig will set up at about his 43-yard line. O'Brien will come in motion.
Flag down.
Ball's going to bounce at about the 20 and go out of bounds at the 7. It was thrown by the white hat back in the backfield. He threw it pretty quick, which I wouldn't think there'd be much of a time for, unless the Tigers were lined up incorrectly like a formation.
Someone said O'Brien cut up early, but the side judge didn't call that, and he was watching it, so I'm not sure what the formation issue was.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a legal shift. They had 2 guys
moving.
So if you have 2 guys moving, you have to. Everybody has to be set again before one guy can go in motion, and that's usually what that means.
So Greene County may force the kick again because that was deep, as Trent said. Nice job by Kenny kicking out of bounds down around the 10. So the Rams will make them re-kick with the idea of getting better field position. Last time this happened, it worked in the Tigers' favor.
So the Tigers moved 2 guys, and the only thing I could think of, Troy, and you're a football official as well, is when Anthony Porter went up the line of scrimmage, he had not gotten set yet before was it Kenyon O'Brien went in motion.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think.
So that would be, everyone would have to come set before the snap. We'll just go with that. Sounds like a reasonable explanation.
I like the explanation.
5:57 to go in the first quarter. The Rams are going to force the Tigers to punt it again.
Aiden Carr coming in now. Seemed to be short a player maybe.
Aiden was a little tardy getting on the field. He had a note from his mom.
That time they both came set.
Good punt again. Going to be fair caught.
Bounced it off his foot? No. Out of bounds at the 20.
Fair catch was made, and then he didn't fair catch signal was given, but the catch was not made. The ball's going to go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. So all things considered here, a couple of really big mistakes by the Tigers have led to 2 scores for Greene County, and really kind of the difference. And I'm not trying to put a positive spin on this. The Tigers got to clean a few things up, but they're hanging tough here.
Absolutely.
Just the 2 quick scores right at the beginning of the second quarter. That's been it for Greene County.
That's true, and that set up by a short field. The second one after the Greene County got the ball in the 21. So
the punt mishap and then the kickoff mishap. 2 big miscues by the Tigers. And football's one of those games. Usually when you get to the end of the game, you can circle 3 or 4 plays that have a huge impact on the game, and that's kind of a no-brainer in the first half. That those are the two big ones. We will not have any halftime interviews or anything like that. We'll just let you watch the Iowa State University Marching Band. Cole Schrader will put the camera on them. We'll leave our mics potted up. We'll go to the green room. Enjoy a delicious spread of caviar and minced.
I was thinking NASCAR going caviar myself. Yeah.
Minced clams, I think, are on the menu tonight. Denhart stutter steps.
Oh,
gets
nice move by him.
And he's got one tackler to break. Carson Johnson and Trey Hansen trying to pull him down, and boy, Denhart just got it going. He's going to break another tackle, get shoved into the end zone, but that's going to be a touchdown. One play, 80-yard Denhart run over right up the middle, actually.
That wasn't badly defended at the point of attack. He was supposed to go to the outside. He did kind of the Tigers did earlier, cut it inside, and just outran the Tigers down the field. Not bad coverage by the Tigers, but it just went awry in a hurry there.
It's almost as if Denhart heard me talk and wagged his finger at me and took it right up the middle and broke, 6 or 7 tackles probably, where Tiger defenders had their hands on him. Couldn't pull him down. And so Denhart, I don't think, had a carry in the first quarter. They used mostly Kafer in the first quarter, and Denhart probably got it. Well, I'm sure he's got over 100 yards rushing now with an 80-yard touchdown run. Kick is up and low and kind of swiggly and no good.
Oh, there's a flag coming in late, I see. Really late. I mean, they were walking up the field. It just came in from the back judge. So I don't know what that would be, but
I think this is going to be too many saxophones on the Tigers.
Yeah, I can't have too many woodwinds on the field.
personal foul.
Personal foul on the Tigers, so this is going to give another crack, and I'm assuming Greene County will go for 2 now.
Yeah, try to go to that 21 to get 7-7-7 going there.
Something happened at the end of the play.
Yep. Hey, that was really, they're talking to each other a little bit. So it'll be half the distance and move them to the 1.5-yard line. Yeah, definitely something extracurricular with the Tigers because it was overdone. Tigers were actually heading out the field, and I saw the flag come flying in for the back judge, so that's too bad.
So Brent Riley will take the snap. He's going to give it up the middle of Denhart. He's going to get hit. I don't think he's going to make it. They're going to mark him short.
That was really close, but they stuffed him. His helmet crossed the goal line, but the ball never did.
Porter grabbed him from behind and kind of pulled him back. Good play by Anthony Porter. So PAT still no good. So 19 to zip, a nice even score of 19 to zip. One of the things Troy and I talked a little bit in the hall, and we get to hear Joel Franzen on Fridays and kind of talk a little football, was I think Greene County plays with kind of an edge. We've seen that tonight. It's been a clean game. I'm not saying dirty, but they just play with kind of an edge. And one of the things the Tigers are going to have to do is not get sucked into that. And I think they did get sucked into that on that point after try. Now, 1 or even 2 points maybe not going to be a huge deal in this game, but you don't know yet.
Correct.
So Tigers are going to have to. I'm sure that'll be part of the talk we have at halftime. Tigers are going to have to figure out a way to score 20 or more points in the remaining time. We got 5:37 to go here in the first quarter.
See coaches chatting with the players a little bit.
Might be the offender. I'm guessing he's saying pretty much what I just said, where you just can't
give him to it. Yep.
You can't do the second. I think what happened was somebody got pushed and then they pushed back, and they always see the second guy.
Right.
Hey, I'm a school bus driver. I work at the middle school.
Always happens.
I see it happen.
They always flag the second guy, don't they?
Always catch the second guy. I've heard that more than once.
So we got Howard back and Hansen back. Can you see what our second line of guys are? Mitchell Johnson. Call a couple extra names here if I can. Number 9. I don't know who number 9 is. You know who number 9 is? Number 9. Cruz Pierce also back, but in the second line of defense.
Fisher will kick it for the Rams from the 40.
Good kick.
He's going to kick it all the way back to about the 6-yard line, where Landon Howard will head back up for the center field and gets clotheslined at the 25-yard line.
Still on his feet, though. I do not know how he got out of it.
He's running backwards. He's still throwing.
Unbelievable run by Landon Howard's feet. Oh my gosh. You've got to congratulate Landon for that. He is hurt.
I did a horrible job of broadcasting that because I assumed he went down when he got clotheslined back at about the 25.
One of the most amazing runs I've seen in a long time.
I would put that in the category. We've seen Zach Becker pull a few of those off when he was here, and Landon Howard is going to go get a little medical attention, so he will not be on the field for the first offensive play.
There would have been 10 of the players that contacted him.
Oh my gosh.
That was crazy.
That was unbelievable. And he just kept the legs chugging. Nice job by Landon Howard. He got to the 41-yard line for the Tigers.
Going to turn and give it to Tucker Hansen. He'll stutter step, get met at the line of scrimmage, and pummel to the ground. He's going to get a yard, I think.
That was actually pretty weak. There were only about 4 there. Landon Howard had twice that many.
Howard's, you see, Howard's on the side just shaking his head like that's nothing.
Come on, man.
Howard's getting ready to go back in, and he will go in. Here's what I tell you about Landon Howard. You'd probably have to chop his arm off to get him to come out of the game. He's a tough kid. Really kind of been the offensive player of the year, I think, to this point for the Tigers, and a guy.
Brendan Hergenretter went in while he was injured. Now comes off, and Howard goes back in. Yeah, Howard, just a great kid. Just a phenomenal heart.
Tigers only had 10 players on the field. The play clock's down at 10.
So Carson comes in. Carson Johnson back beside Berge.
Berge whispers the play in his ear. He's going to take the snap, roll right, throw it out in the flat where he's got Landon Howard there and just kind of threw it at his feet. No chance for Howard to pull that in. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. So after a heart-racing, thrilling kickoff return by Landon Howard, the Tigers kind of misfire on their first 2 plays and find themselves at a 3rd and long.
I was kind of hoping that might be a little energizer with the way Howard ran for the team to kind of buckle down and make some shots. Greene, the Rams are really playing strong. They're defensively, they're not giving much room for the Tigers to get stuff going. Really strong at the point of attack.
Really quick sideline to sideline, too. There have been a couple times where I thought we, handed it off and had a chance to get to the edge, and nope.
Absolutely. And they have basically 9 guys in the box. One guy about 10 yards downfield. Everybody else is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Berge will drop straight back to throw. Throws it out in the flat. Got Howard. He's going to be, I think, a little short. He'll be a yard short. 4th and 1. Yeah, good spot. It was a little short. I thought that right when he caught it. So the Tigers are going to run up and try to do a quick play. Pick up the first down with 4:12 to go. Big play in the game here if the Tigers want to sustain a drive. They've got literally everybody up in the box. They're going to turn and give it to Carson Johnson. He's going to snowed under and not get the first down. Tigers just never really looked very confident going up the line of scrimmage, and they misfire on 4th down and are going to give the ball back to Greene County inside Tiger territory. 3:59 to go in the first half.
I like the call, though. We haven't had a lot going. 4 minutes. If you could punt that, I guess, and try to pin Greene County deep, but
they had 9 guys stuffed in the box, and that was a simple numbers game with 2 wide receivers for the Tigers. They didn't have enough guys to block them and turn the ball over on downs. 3:59 to go, first half. Ball's at the 48. Can't imagine Greene County's going to go into some sort of conservative play calling.
Not at all.
Throw it across the middle.
Deep, gain at 25.
Drew Hawthorne out there. The throw is to Will Hansen.
So it looks like
they might be going for the dagger here.
The Rams are going for the dagger here. Get one on the board again before halftime if they can, what they're trying for. Plenty of time left. 3:52 left in the first.
Throw it over there again. I think that was 3 Carter Morton. Kenny O'Brien on the defense, going to pick up about 6-7 yards on first down.
Making me think of the Baylor teams of old where you just keep going. You just only know only one speed, and it's just to go downfield.
Put your foot all the way to the floor, and very impressed by the offense here for Greene County in the first half. Taking advantage of some mistakes. Riley will turn and give it to, actually keeps it.
He's going to try to give it. Oh, now he's going to run with it.
Oh, Hansen turned out had an interception. Thought they were going to call holding out there in the flat. I saw somebody grab, I believe, maybe Drew Hawthorne or Carson Johnson, I think, had been pursued. I see Jacob Gilbert coming off the field. I know his dad, Alan Gilbert, listening in at home.
Trezzy coming off as well. Good job by Jacob and Jacob.
2 guys named Jacob.
Jacob coming off. 69 and 70 coming off together there.
Of course, Jacob, the name Jacob means Old Testament scholar. Well, I'll give you a second to think that over. 3rd and 4. After the incomplete pass, Riley will look to throw it in the flat, and he's got a receiver out there. He's going to be met very quickly by
Kenyon O'Brien.
O'Brien, but it's going to be a first down. Jacob means.
I don't know. I know Isaac means laughter. Chosen one? No? Uh-oh.
What did he think of him and his brother Esau at birth? Then we'll get back to the first and 10. Now the ball at the 14.
I know he's told the birthright, but I don't remember the meaning of the word Jacob. So
We're going to give it to Denhart up the middle, and he's going to get sandwiched. And
right away.
Meskin got him and stood him up, and then got some help underneath by Mitch Johnson. Heel grabber. Remember, he had to hold it.
Oh, heel grabber. That's right.
Hold of Esau's heel.
Esau went out the door. That's
right. I told some kids out at school that their name meant heel grabber, and I don't think they believed me. They were Imagine that, Mr. Becker telling a whopper.
Well, I do remember the furry arms. He had the goat skin, put it on his arms. The fool of his father, Isaac, who could no longer see because he was blinded by cataracts, was able to get the birthright.
They're going to fake it to Denhart. Riley's going to roll out, look to throw. He's going to throw it in the end zone. Going to be knocked down and intercepted on the far side by Trey Hansen. He's going to get shoved out of bounds. So the ball deflected. So I think Kenyon O'Brien was just trying. Was it O'Brien or somebody else trying to knock it down? And they knocked it right into the arms of Trey Hansen. He's going to intercept it. Huge play for the Tigers to stifle a scoring attempt.
And not to overdo you there, but that is Tucker.
What did I say?
Trey.
You're okay. Trey Hansen. Good. Somebody knocked it into Tucker's hands. I thought it was O'Brien for Kenyon O'Brien.
I think you're right.
He was just trying to spike it. It looked like a volleyball spike right into the hands of Tucker Hansen.
It's a big play for the Tigers. The Rams moving in with about a little over 2 minutes left, 2:15 left, looking like they might go 26-0. Instead, the Tigers get the ball on their own 15 with 2 minutes left and maybe a chance to put something on the board.
Riley really may have made his first mistake of the game. That wasn't kind of threw it into traffic and threw it behind.
A screen pass out here.
Caught by 32 Aiden Carr, and then he's going to get stuffed at about the 15.
They really have good foot speed side to side. Incredible. Aiden Carr had a little bit of room, and they closed in a hurry, as Troy was saying earlier. That looked like it might go for about 10, and that play went for 1.
It's Troy Stout, our engineer. Tonight we'll call him our engineer. That sounds kind of cool. He's going to go watch his daughter march in the band. Seems like a reasonable, good father sort of thing to do. Berge will drop back and look to throw. Now he's going to tuck it under and run. No place to go. He pulls it under. Now he's going to throw it. He's got Landon Howard out there.
Landon drops it. Oh, dang. Too bad, Landon.
I think Landon was thinking of the first move he was going to make when he turned around. He just dropped it.
Had it in his hands. I think two things. I think he looked to the flag to make sure he had the first, and he did. And then, like Trent said, I think he was looking to go downfield. That's too bad. Good ball, good throw, good pattern by Landon to get open.
So the clock will stop at 1:33, and the Tigers might have just assumed the clock ran at this point.
Yes, that
they're pinned back kind of deep in their own territory. The ball's at the 16, 3rd and 9. We will not talk at halftime. We're going to, as soon as we get to halftime, we'll announce the score, and then we'll turn it over to Cole Schrader. Will get the camera work in.
It's a tough call again. Do they run a running play to keep the clock running, do you think, or do they throw a pass and so deep in their own territory? They're going to pass.
Berge's looking to drop straight back to throw. Steps up now. There's a flag on the play. He's going to come back no matter what happens here. And they'll
it'll be 4th down and 8, maybe.
If it's
we'll see.
We'll see. It's deep enough. They may take the penalty yardage just to pin him back farther.
Could do. See what the call is. Up, the coach is declining, and I can see from the sideline.
Probably going to be holding where the flag was thrown, and legal motion. That could just be somebody coming out of their three-point stance a fraction early, not.
So they do decline it because I think it will be 4th and 8, I think. I'm trying to see where the marks are. So the Rams will get it back with a little over a minute left and a chance to maybe score again before halftime.
Kanan will come out and hopefully have the punt of his life.
Interesting enough, Greene County called a timeout. They only have 2 left. Now they have 1 left. I would have thought they might have saved that with a minute 23 on the clock and a chance to run a few plays, the timeout, but
maybe trying to decide
the block, you think?
Try to go for the block and design their play.
Not a bad idea. They've been able to get through the Tiger offensive line a little bit tonight, kind of stuffing up the hole, so if they can get through and get the block, get the ball down here with inside the 10 or something like that, so see what comes. So both teams with 1 timeout left, 4th and 9 for the Tigers from their own 18. 1:23 left in the first half. And as Trent said, we will not stay on the air at halftime, so
we'll leave the microphones on.
Right, so you can hear the band.
Make sure you can
receiver for the Rams, about their own 45, 46, waiting for the kick from Koenig.
Porter will step up. Kale Eiley will go in motion. Long count. Koenig will take the punt. They're not trying to block it. They're going to kick it away to the right side. Fielded at about the
it bounced once.
45-yard line. The Tigers are going to squelch that. It bounced right back up in his hands. The good news about this turf can kind of wear you out, but one good thing it does is you get good bounces.
Yes.
Bounce right back up in his hands, and he runs it back to the 45. So minute 12 to go. Again, I'm going to say they're not going to take a knee and go into halftime. Not here.
I think they're going to come at you. I think you're right. But like I said, Baylor's offense here a couple years ago, for the St. Louis Rams back in the day, the greatest show on turf, I think they were known for.
Riley will drop straight back. He's going to look to throw out on the right side. He's got a receiver at about the 40-yard line. Looked like he picked that right off the turf, but got his hands under it. Clock will roll. The ball's going to be down to the
tackle by O'Brien and Hearn and Hanson.
35-yard line, excuse me.
Interesting throw. The coach is yelling at the hurry. Didn't get out of bounds, didn't throw it to the sideline. I was interested by that call. 50 seconds left.
Riley will take the snap, looking to throw left this time. Throws it out on the flat. He's got a receiver out there. Breaks a tackle. That was Trey Highnote that hauled it in. He's going to stay in bounds. He'll stop the clock to move the chains, and then the clock will wind again.
Talking about the 30-yard line?
And Greene County will call their final timeout of the first half with 36.1 seconds to go.
36 seconds. Another interesting play. That's one of those ones. And in today's, not when I was in school, but in today's, you usually spike the ball there. You have first down from the 30. You have 4 plays to go, so you spike it and use your 2 plays to move it and save your timeout if you really get stuck in the middle of the field.
With 36 seconds. They may do that on the next play. He's probably thinking, well, since we had to move the chains, let's go ahead and just talk it over.
Exactly.
May call 2 plays now, so they don't have to spike.
Absolutely, that's true. And if you throw it in the end of this next play, it doesn't really matter. So, and they have done that. They have a 21-yard pass play and an 80-yard running play. So Rams have hitting on kind of all cylinders right now. Tigers have stopped them a few different times. But in general, the Rams look very strong on offense and very strong on defense as well. But as Trent said, really, except for the 2 early ones, that last play, the 80-yarder, was a backbreaker. But the Tigers have played and given good account for themselves so far tonight.
Throw across the middle, well defended by O'Brien. I was looking down at my program. That play took off before I had a chance to look back up.
So 32 seconds, only 3.7 seconds went off the clock there. So plenty of time left still. Second down and 10 from the 30 for the Rams. Going with 4 wideouts, 3 right, 1 left. Pressure coming.
There's pressure from Hearn. Hearn can't get him. It looks like Riley's going to try to throw. He'll throw it out of bounds. Jen Schnormeyer, the nearest receiver. She was heavily covered by Stacy Sneezik.
And Hearn wasn't looking the first time, but Hearn caught him just as he released that ball on the way back running up. Anthony Porter coming up. Cooper continued to chase him from behind and got to his arm just as he threw that. I think helped make that go out of bounds. I'm not sure if he may have been throwing it there anyway, but nice job by Cooper. Good pursuit. 24.3 seconds left. Third and 10 from the 30 again.
Riley going to throw again. Throws out in the right flat this time. Wide receiver screen, but I think it hit off the...
Hopefully it did for them, because now he didn't. So the clock is running.
That would have been better if they...
He would have better drop that, yes.
13-12. They can't stop the clock. They're going to try to
run a field goal unit on with 9 seconds left.
They're going to just run a play. They're not even going to spike.
4 seconds left. This is scary time.
Good pursuit.
Pressure coming from Gilbert.
The throw is off, but it's way out of bounds, and that's how we'll end the first half, 19-0.
Nice job by Gilbert to get the pressure in there. Well ended by the Tigers. Good defense on that. Stuffed them 4 times there from the 30.
So it's been pretty much all Greene County, but you circle it 3 plays. You had the muff. I don't know if it was a fake punt. We're not really sure yet.
Get bounced off
the fumble on the kickoff and the long touchdown run. Really 3 big plays in the first half have kind of been a dagger for the Tigers. So I see Lisa Jane Gildehouse is here. She says something to her strapping young brute. It was something good because she's smiling and laughing now. It was nice. Maybe Jacob just came over to tell his mama that he loved her.
I could see that very easily. Jacob's a good man.
So we're going to turn it over. The Iowa State Cyclone Marching Band is going to take the field here for halftime. We're going to pod all the mics down but one and let you enjoy a halftime show. Check. Yep.
known as the Wicked. We're teaming up with the Gilbert High School Marching Band to play for you. It's a nod of respect to our nation's often unsung heroes, our emergency responders. This is Legend.
Spectacular halftime performance by the Iowa State University Marching Band. Not sure how much you could hear on that if there's anybody listening at halftime, but 5 former Gilbert Tigers on the Iowa State Marching Band got announced as they're performing. I'll give them to you here in just a minute. Your score is 19-0, Tigers trail. 3 big plays by the Greene County Rams, kind of the difference in the first half. With 11:56 to go in the second period, so the first play into the second period, quarterback Riley hit Clint Denhart on a 3-yard touchdown pass. The PAT was no good. The 2-point conversion was no good. That made the score 6-0. Riley then found, can't read my own handwriting. Carter Morton for a 21-yard pass. The Fisher PAT was good, made it 13-0. Then Clint Denhart, a 1-play drive, 80 yards on the ground, and the PAT was no good. There was a penalty on the play, and the Tigers went for 2. The Rams went for 2 and were unsuccessful. That leaves your score at 19-0. So the big plays in the first half, it was either a bad snap or a bad fake punt. We're not sure which one. Gave the ball, turned the ball over to the Greene County Rams on the Tiger side of the field. Then they went down and scored. The ensuing kickoff was fumbled by the Tigers. So a short field drive, that's how they got their second touchdown. Then the long touchdown run by Clint Denhart. Greene County played pretty good first half. 1 interception on a ball that I think Riley was just trying to throw away in the end zone, was batted down, but right into the arms of Tucker Hansen, who intercepted it right near the goal line and brought it out 5 or 6 yards. So Tigers' defense has got to shore things up, and they got to get the offense moving. They haven't scored in the first half. They don't score in the second half. Probably not going to win. My broadcast partner, Pat Starr, and Troy Stout make their way back up here to the press box as we get going here a little bit. Want to thank Cole Schrader for filling in over there, making sure the mosquitoes don't pick them up and carry them away. They're kind of bad here tonight. Drew Hatfield of note in the first half took the opening kickoff, went 7, 8, 10 yards and got hauled down. His leg sustained a pretty significant injury and was taken by ambulance to the hospital. We hope Drew is doing okay, and his mom Tara, I'm sure, was probably riding there with him, and we hope maybe to hear wording before we go off the air tonight how he is. I do have his brother's cell phone number. Maybe I'll text him and maybe we can get a report. Couple minutes to go here in the first half. Matt Berge, who was injured last week, played the entire first half. I know Tanner Henningsen got a lot of snaps in practice this week, but they went with Tanner. My guess is that was kind of a game time decision, and Matt has not really shown any ill effects from that. So he's warming up to the second half. Tanner Henningsen, number 8, would be his relief if he's pressed into action. Warm, sticky night tonight. The mosquitoes have made their way into the press box and picked up Don Adams and carried him out of the press box and deposited him over the fence. I was going to text Dax, but I just realized maybe Dax isn't aware of the injury yet. I won't. I showed some discretion, Troy. I was going to text Dax Hatfield. I have Dax's number in my cell phone and ask him how Drew was. Then it dawned on me that maybe Dax is not here and was not aware of the injury. That might be a big shock to Dax. I think
That's a good point.
probably one of the few times in my life I've actually used a little discretion and not opened my mouth. So hopefully he's all right. We'll wait. If we don't hear anything, we don't hear anything. But kind of an ugly situation in the first half where Drew got his leg bent in a direction that, frankly, I'm not an orthopedic surgeon, but it's not supposed to go that way. I'm no Pete Buck. Tom Gronwald was the other guy. Who's the other knee guy? Dave Sneller. And is it Wormy? I think is the other guy in that group, the orthopedic surgeons here at McFarland Clinic. Kind of hope I never have to see one of those guys.
Yeah.
Although, if you did, pretty accomplished group of surgeons. They're top-notch. They work for the Iowa State. I know Joe Battles has a punch card.
Yeah.
His 3 daughters, I think, have all had an ACL repaired by Tom Gronwald.
There you go. I just married into a family that has an orthopedic PA, so usually before Thanksgiving dinner, he just does a quick scope on me and
just makes the rounds, checking out all your
checks out all
your joints.
And so it's kind of like when you go for your annual physical, I just give him annual cleanup of the knee cartilage. You know,
It's good to get everything in there and clear it out.
that's right. Put some more oil in there so it doesn't grind as much for the next year.
The Tin Man, we had a little tribute to the Wizard of Oz at halftime. I didn't see what the little hut was. Did you see what they used that for? I wasn't.
You know what? That's a great point. I don't know. I don't know if they maybe got cut off a little early, because I know at one point after that last song, somebody, because they have a limited time at halftime, so they had a guy run out there and kind of waving like he was calling an incomplete pass to stop them from maybe doing it. I'm speculating, but it kind of looked like that a little bit. So
Some extra first half analysis. I ran into Tim Hearn in the men's room. I said, hey, Tim. You know Tim very well?
yeah, well, I don't know him well, but I know him.
Tim's a man of few words. He doesn't say much. I said, well, Cooper's having a great first half. Yeah, he's doing okay. So that was Tim's analysis of Cooper's first half. Didn't expect a long, teary, sobby sort of rendition, but Cooper Hearn will be out there on the kick coverage. He's right next to
That's about
Koenig.
pretty close to my color analysis mostly.
Eiley Carson Johnson, 22. I think that's Carson Folkman's also out there. Tucker Hansen. Caden Meskin. High kick by... That's going to go into the end zone and be a touchback. So Koenig, a little breeze ball out of the south, but I'm going to say that was mostly Koenig.
Yeah. He's always doing a good job kicking, but he's been very impressive on punting and kicking tonight. Really put in some excellent punts. I mean,
Coach was kind of giving him some sarcastic high fives, like he didn't give our kick coverage a chance to make a play, which is be fine. I think I'm not a football coach, but if I was, and you had a kicker that could kick it in the end zone every time, Troy, I'd kick it in the end zone every single time. And you will have 0 kickoffs returned for a touchdown.
and we have some sort of stoppage.
Is
this our equipment?
I think they've got the wrong ball. Move the ball in the center hash. Not sure that I've ever seen that where you had to delay the game, because especially after a touchback, as Matthew Koenig kicks the ball out. Going to pass the other side. Cooper Hearn had him, but he's going to break away. And I believe this is Colby Kafer, who we saw in the first quarter, and we saw Denhart kind of a 1-2 punch. Kafer got a good head of steam there. Hearn had him in the backfield, but didn't really have a good angle to get a hold of him. He broke away. Give it up the middle to Kafer, and he's going to dance. I said he had nowhere to run, but he's going to get around the outside. He bounced out. Super nice job by Kafer. And appears that Greene County is doing nothing more than just kind of coming out and trying to sock the old Tigs, right? You can shut that off. I don't think it's even moving any air.
A little bit.
I brought a little mini fan that my son, Joseph, had in the... I don't even feel it. I shut it off. Just put it up there. It's fine. First and 10, the ball just inside Tiger territory at the 49. Some sort of infraction, pre-snap infraction. It's going to be a false start. Someone started falsely. Really should start truly, not falsely. It happened so fast I didn't even see it. It was just that false. I'm almost sure that receiver on the far side has a tinted eye shield, and those are illegal. I'm 100% sure of it. Even with a doctor's note, you can't have it because they can't see your eyes. It's like a concussion protocol, but I can't tell. Maybe that's not what that is. It looks like it from here.
It does look like it.
They go up the middle of the Kafer. He met in the backfield, but he bounces out again. Now this time he's only going to get about 3, but Colby Kafer just looked like a joystick on that play.
Gilbert in the backfield.
Tigers are getting a good push here. They just can't get him wrapped up. Good job on that play. Much better, much improved. 2nd and 12 now after the penalty. A gain of 3, 12 yards for the first down. Play action pass now across the middle of the field. Not sure who he was getting that to. There was overthrew one receiver and underthrew the back one. I think it was intended for the short receiver, but
I think so too. Thrown behind him. Hawthorne line coverage.
Missed them both. Good defense out there by O'Brien and Hawthorne.
Big play here now would be 3rd and 13.
Is there a penalty? It's going to be another. So that was not a foul to snap, Troy, so that would have been probably some sort of illegal formation.
Yeah, I didn't even see the flag there, honestly.
Now they're having a debate with coaches whether to take the penalty. So they might.
My guess is they didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. That penalty's going to be declined. on the incomplete pass, so the Tigers will take the down instead of the yards.
So big play here for the Tigers. It'll be 3rd down and 12, or 3rd and 13.
Brent Riley will drop straight back on a blitz. He's going to try to throw a screen out in the flat. He's got somebody out there.
He's got some room.
He's going to cut back. What a great cutback. He may go the distance. The Tigers, good job by Tucker Hansen. If he hadn't beat Hansen, he'd have taken it all the way in. Very well designed play and very well executed by Greene County.
Perfect time for it. 3rd and 13. The defense usually coming pretty hard. Well read. Nice screen pass.
Good play called by head coach Mitchell Moore. I don't know if he calls the plays. Somebody over there, he probably approved it at least. Give the ball to Kafer up the middle. Is that Kafer? I think it's Kafer. It's hard to tell.
Trezzy on his ankles right away. Nice job by Jacob.
He's going to only get about 2 yards. Clock's rolling with 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Kind of a long first half.
Hearn in there too, Porter in there. Well, Porter looks like he might be a little roughed up.
Anthony Porter playing a lot on defense. Defensive end. Had a pretty good year. I believe he's the 2nd leading tackler on the Tigers defense behind Meskin. Riley will pass across the middle. He throws behind his receiver who was open.
O'Brien on the coverage. Thrown behind him as Trent said. Falls harmlessly incomplete.
The Beckers have the YouTube on it at 305 School Street. Catherine Becker listening with the dog Rizzo. That's our dog, not slugging first baseman Anthony Rizzo. That'd be weird if he was there.
That would be weird if he was there.
I would say if he was there, I'm going home.
I saw Rizzo was actually wearing his uniform
on the play.
Yeah.
Say what you want about the Cubs. That was pretty cool. Low snap, but picked up the middle by Kafer. Tigers sniff it out well. Going to bring up 4th down and 4th and a chunk. Probably 7 or 8 yards.
We do have a little update on Drew Hatfield. Sorry to say, Tara said Drew is waiting on the doctor. His ankle is pointing the wrong way. And she did post it on Facebook, so I'm not talking out of turn here.
Not a picture? She didn't put a picture on Facebook.
I hope she didn't put a picture on Facebook.
Because I have that etched into my retinas. We go to 4th down here. Riley's going to look to pass. He's going to pass out on the right. He's got a receiver open.
Can he get to the 1st down marker? He may. Big push going on here. No.
I think he's going to be marked short.
Just short. He got to the 20.
Had to get to the 19. He got to the 20. That's going to be a turnover on downs by the Tigers. Good defense.
Anthony Porter out there and a host of others.
The Tigers do what they need to get the ball back here without getting a score on the board. So
good start to the 2nd half.
Get something going here, Tigers.
Nice play by the Tigers. We'll come out on offense now and try to get something going. I did the first half. If somebody wants to do this for the 2nd half,
you're doing a great job.
You're doing phenomenal, man.
I think Rizzo, the golden retriever, would appreciate. My daughter said he was kind of confused hearing Dad talk on the. Yeah, we refer to the.
Probably wants to hear your voice, man. He's probably making him feel better. He's probably missing you.
Under center is Berge. He's going to turn, fake it, get it on the reverse to Howard.
Up in there. Nice job by Howard, though.
Landon Howard. I mean, it still lost him 5 yards, but it would have lost him 7 if Howard would have went down at the first contact.
Tigers really having a tough time on the offensive line. I'm not sure if the Rams are moving stuff around or shooting the gaps, but Tigers really having a tough time keeping the Rams out of that backfield on those running plays. And reverse is a little bit long to develop when you got people in your backfield. So we'll see what the Tigers can pull up here.
2 backs behind him. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Berge's going to drop right back to pass under pressure. Gets it out in the flat to Landon Howard and over his head.
Berge is down.
Berge ends up on the turf.
Drills as he let go of that ball.
Backside pressure there. So you kind of thought maybe this game was going to get chippy coming in, or kind of. It's been a very good game, very well, very clean game. A lot of guys helping each other up off the stacks.
Mitchell Johnson coming out and Newell going in.
Ethan Newell 14. Well, we certainly hope Drew Hatfield gets a speedy recovery and
I hope so
gets his foot pointed back the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't even sound good to me.
I wouldn't say that if his mom hadn't.
I would not say it either, but
we love Drew Hatfield a lot and wish him well. So now a big play, 3rd and 14. Howard will come in motion. Berge's going to drop back to pass, steps up in the pocket, looking to throw. He's got to Brennan Ergenreiter. He's going to get out. Not going to have enough for the first down, but he's going to get to.
Oh, and Berge's down again, and the guy's sitting on Berge still. They're still wrapped up on the field. I'm not sure what's going on here. Berge may be hurt, or the defensive guy may be hurt. I'm not sure what that was.
Maybe they were hooked together. Kind of like a couple of deer when they, what do they call that when they run their...
When they do their, it kind of looked like, I couldn't figure that out. The defender was on Berge well after the play, so maybe they were.
But Berge got up, so I don't know that he was hurt. He popped right up.
Yep.
Tigers are going to have to punt this away, though, with just under 8 minutes to go, and the clock starts again on the ready to play.
Berge really having a pretty good game. I know the stats aren't going to look it, but he's been making some pretty good choices. He stepped up inside that and felt the pressure, stepped up and made a nice pass. Got what he could out of that. Gained about 10, 12. Bad news is they needed like 17, so.
Matthew Koenig will punt it away. Good snap. Koenig will hit a wobbly kick. It's going to be fielded at the 40-yard line, kind of a low liner. Good blocking up front.
Got 2 flags down.
There's a blocking infraction. He's going to take it to the end zone, but there's going to be...
It's coming back. Another late hit. That wasn't necessarily a roughness hit. That's going to be one of those blindside hits.
2 over there. Yeah.
Tiger got hit late. That was really a chippy play, as you would say, Trent.
I think there are 4 flags on the field.
There are, and I'm pretty sure they're all 4 against, well, at least 3 are against the Rams. The Tigers may have retaliated, but the first 2 were the Rams. The sideline hit was definitely a Ram. That's a defensive. The penalty was called against Boone. You hit a defenseless player. I can't remember what the call is, but when you block a guy who's not watching,
Yeah.
it's a defenseless. I don't know what they call that, but that was definitely on the far sideline.
And the punt was returned for a touchdown. I didn't do a very good job of calling that, but I didn't get real excited about it because I knew it was coming back. I saw the block in the back here. Cale Eiley got blasted from behind, and there was something else. So they're going to take the block in the back.
So they called all 4 of them,
and those are both live ball fouls. So you can't.
Do you think somebody told them they were behind their 260-yard average? Tried to make up for it.
Sure, in one play, because I would have been 60 yards in penalty at one time if you could take them all. So they're going to go all the way back.
So the Tigers kind of avert disaster there on the punt return, but they probably wouldn't have had the punt return had there not been multiple infractions.
Agreed.
So we'll just go with that. 7:21 to play in the third quarter. Ball's at the 37. Brent Riley has done a very nice job running the Greene County offense tonight. He'll work from the shotgun where he has been most of the night. A few plays under center, but mostly in the shotgun. He stands straight up, kind of a weird stance. His knees are not bent at all. He's going to look to throw it. It's batted up in the air. Line of scrimmage and back. I don't think any of the Tiger linemen saw it. It actually got, I'm going to say Anthony Porter got it.
Anthony, yes.
Yeah.
Hudson Bellin had turned around. He would have had an interception. Lineman's dream. I think a lineman's dream probably involves the Pizza Ranch more than that, but probably that too.
2nd and 10.
Tigers trail 19-0. Non-district game here against the Greene County Rams, the number 10 team in 2A. They're going to give it underneath to Kafer. Kafer's going to bounce outside. He's got room to run, but shoved out of bounds by Tucker Hansen over on the far sideline, but enough for a first down. Yeah, they came in number 10 tonight.
And they've done nothing, by my estimation, to reduce that ranking.
My guess is they have not been ranked in a very long time. Now, back when I first moved here, back in the maybe even Corey Morrissey days stuff, they had some pretty good teams back then, but they have been a little dry for the last, like I said, just 1 win the last 2 seasons, and they've already got 3 this year, and on their way to
like the fourth. Receiver jumps there.
Morton jumped off. He thought the count was on go, and it was on go. Or something
more than go anyway.
So we do want to kind of compliment. They got Drew attended to and off the field in a very, very short. I told we kind of piled the mics down. I said something to Trey, this will be 45 minutes, and it was more like maybe 10.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Excellent job.
I left the booth and I started to hear plays being called. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And for the gruesome injury, it looked like they really did get him off.
Great job by the trainers.
Nice job by the...
Riley's going to do a play-action pass, throws it across the middle in traffic. It's going to be caught there.
Oh, but he might go backwards. No, he's chucking defenders. Nice job by the Tigers.
Zach Goff caught that ball in traffic, and he's going to get enough for a first down. But
No. Second down.
Sticks.
He had 15.
Second down, that was the line to gain, the double sticks.
That's right. Yeah, Drew Hawthorne met him immediately. He shook Drew off, but then ran down the line. And
Hudson Bellin, I think, got him there in the middle of the field. Good to see Hudson Bellin out there contributing to the varsity team. Hudson's a big, strong boy.
He is.
I hadn't seen him in a while. Boy, he's put some muscle on and
did a nice job playing baseball this summer as well.
Give us going to be the left side. Tigers have got this well strung out. He's not going to get away from Anthony Porter this time. Gets yanked down to the ground about the 49-yard line, maybe the 50 on forward progress. It's going to bring up third down and long. So the Tigers defense has stiffened up a little bit on this drive. Trey Hansen getting up off the pile. There's a lot of fellows getting up off the pile. That's good news.
Bell on there.
Ty German was out on the field.
German, okay.
Ty German's Another kid that like, holy smokes, where did... Got some hair on his chin. And
got big, man.
Got big.
3rd and 9 here for the Rams from the 50. 5:37 left. 19-0 Rams in the third quarter.
Snap by Riley, drop straight back and throw. Cooper Hearn was blitzing. There's going to be a flag on the play. I think they're going to get one of the Tigers for a hold, possibly.
But Porter's down, slow to get up, but he's back on his feet.
Anytime the back judge throws a flag there on a pass, there's a chance it could be offense, but it's almost certainly going to be on the Tigers. They are going to call him for holding. The flag actually flew out, I think, before the pass was even thrown.
I think that was a pretty good call. I was watching our defender riding the receiver pretty much all the way down the field. Going to get that call most of the time.
That'll be enough for a first down. They just needed 9 yards, and they got 10 on the penalty, and that'll move the sticks. The ball will be right at the 40-yard line. $19-0 Tigers trail. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. Tigers jump, but didn't go over break the line of scrimmage. Riley will take the snap. He'll give it to Kafer. Kafer's going to get wrapped up by Porter
and Cooper Hearn.
Cooper Hearn both viciously throw Kafer to the ground. So the Tigers have really done a good job on the last 5 or 6 plays, sniffing out those running plays and getting them down at first contact.
Very well done, yes. 2nd and 14 for the Rams.
So after the penalty gives them a first down, good play on first down, good defensive stand.
Receiver's open. Oh, gets around O'Brien.
Slips around O'Brien. He's going to get pulled down from behind by Carson Johnson.
I don't know if he got a cramp or Johnson. Yep, looks like a cramp.
One of his teammates is grabbing his leg. You really shouldn't do that because it might not be a cramp. It could be a...
Yeah, he's kind of
grabbing his back like his hamstring in that area. That looks like it's just a cramp. I hope that's all it is. I haven't seen anybody get hurt. We've seen enough of that nonsense tonight. Guys getting hurt.
Absolutely.
That's a season worth right there, seeing Drew's. Unfortunately, we saw it up here in the booth. Right away. We were trying to get the camera off of him. Cole didn't have any idea what we were talking about when we tried to get him to turn the camera off. Appreciate Cole Schrader helping out here, one of our high school kids. He's back in the broadcast club.
More news, there's a broken fibula and tibia dislocated. Per Facebook again. So that's not good news. Sorry to hear that for Drew Hatfield. So Drew Hatfield injured on the opening kickoff. Was running it back to the left. 3 Rams met him on the far side of the field, and he went down in a bundle there. And per Facebook for his tear on Facebook, broken fibula and tibia dislocated. So sorry to hear that, and wish Drew the best and for a speedy recovery. That's going to hurt for a while.
So that's certainly something. Drew's young, and I'm expecting him to probably heal up just fine, but he runs track, and I don't know that he does anything in the winter sports, not that I'm aware of, but I mean, you're talking probably close to that's my reminder to take my night meds. I'm at that place in life. I got to set it or I forget to take my medicine.
I thought I sensed something was a little off in the last couple minutes.
But that's my second alarm. I actually took it on my first alarm tonight, so it's so good. I have to set 2 because sometimes I forget the first one.
I've been there. Hey, some other district games tonight, just to let you know. Carlisle's playing at Pella. That'd be a good game.
Yeah.
Grinnell at Fairfield. Am I the right? I'm in the wrong one. Ballard at Winterset. Sorry,
that's right.
In District 7.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carlisle at Pella. Creston at Bondurant. Greene County, obviously here. North Polk at Perry, and Oskaloosa is playing at Norwalk tonight. Norwalk's the district foe there.
Tigers will begin district play next week when they take on the Ballard Bombers down at the Huxley Stadium. We'll have that game for you on the YouTube, I believe. We're in intense contract negotiations with the Ballard Bombers administration.
I'm not going to promise that the actual broadcast computer is going to be there because I've done that for about 3 weeks in a row. So.
Yeah. That's all right. We're just glad to be on the air watching some high school football, watching the Gilbert Tigers. So it's 1st and 10, balls at the 14. Kafer will take the ball. He's going to keep it, actually Riley is, and head out of bounds. And
that might be late. Yep. Porter chased him out. Carson Johnson came in late.
It wasn't so much how far that was out of bounds. It just wasn't necessary at all.
Right.
And that you want officials to call that.
Yep, that was definitely late.
So it's going to end up only being a 6-yard penalty because it's there at the 12, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal line.
A little frustration there, potentially coming out a little bit with Carson. Fine young man, had him on my baseball team a few years ago, and
it's actually a pretty good baseball player. Doesn't play anymore.
Doesn't play anymore, and runs track, hurdles. A little bit of frustration. Good wrestler as well, exactly. That's one of those ones once they step out of bounds, let him go.
First down, they're going to give it to Kafer. He's going to head in, back out, and he's going to
touchdown. Nice cutback.
Cut into the end zone and score.
Play was designed to go outside. Kafer saw the hole back in, just cut it back against the grain, slipped in untouched into the end zone. Coaches have a little work to do here to keep the Tigers' head up. Down 25-0 with 4:30 left in the third quarter. This one could get a little rough in a hurry. Tigers had a little bit of trouble moving the ball. So they're going to go for one, up 25-0. They've kind of been here and there on the kicks, so we'll see how this one goes.
They were too close. They'd set it up on the the soccer goal.
Plenty of time left. 8 seconds on the play clock still.
The kick is going to be up and good.
So even after all that, after setting up in the wrong spot and moving,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've never seen that before in my life. Set up in the wrong spot for the holder. The kicker went up and tapped the holder and pointed down like, nope, this is the wrong spot. The holder gets up, moves back 2 yards. They reset, snap, and kick. So it's 26-0 right now. Rams on top of Tigers. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Cheerleaders are working hard down there for us tonight.
Sorry, who's our cheerleaders? Can you tell us? Do you have that information?
Sophie Adams and
very good cheerleader.
Madeline Fayen. All right. Natalie Flugrad. Ellie St. Germain. CJ Buss. Lexi Risdall and more. Olivia Galen. Dree Driggers and Lauren Schwederman. Okay.
She's new. She moved here last year. She was a freshman.
I work in the middle school. I can't be expected to know those names.
So Ethan Newell is back. Back deep again, as is Landon Howard.
Did you have the chili tonight, Pat?
Some sort of horrible roar from the press box. I think everything's okay. I haven't felt, unless there was an earthquake. Cale Fisher's had a busy night kicking the ball. He's done a pretty good job. They kicked it to Landon Howard, which seems, that's the guy I probably wouldn't kick it to. Nothing, no slight to the other Tiger players, but he's the most exciting player.
He's out of time, I'm afraid, because he can't get the ball set, but I don't think there'll be a flag here because the ball has fallen off the tee 4 times.
Ethan Newell, I believe, is the other.
Yep, giving Ethan a chance again, I think,
for this go round.
And the ball falls again. I don't know, there is really not enough wind to make that happen, but I think he's setting up really, really straight and not getting enough balance on the tee itself. So they are going to have a person have to hold it now, I think.
He was on the wrong side.
The wrong side for a right-footed kicker.
So Cale Fisher's had a lot of trouble. He set his tee down on the wrong line and then got his holder now to get on the right side.
I mean, there is a little bit of a breeze blowing, but I don't think it's enough to... I was about to make a dumb comment about a hurricane, but our prayers are out for the people battling Hurricane Florence down on the East Coast.
Newell's going to have it. He'll scoop it at the 5. He's going to go around the right side. He gets around the corner. He's got a little room, but he's going to get tripped up. Great open field tackle on a player who I believe was being held at the time. So the flags come out, so they're going to march that back. They'll start we'll play the 13, 14-yard line after the penalty.
Throw some props to the white hat. That was a high-quality flag toss.
Good launch toss. Been a very well-officiated game night.
I think so.
It has been. Yes, it has.
I was talking to the Greene County broadcast guy, and Doug. I've got to know him pretty well over the years, and we were just talking about how we've had a few nights where the officiating maybe just didn't go very well, and Troy and I both officiated, and I've actually worked some of Pat's games. He knows I'm not that good all the time, but how bad it sounds when you mow on the officials. But I do think in football it's pretty rare. Usually pretty good quality crews. There's still a lot of competition there trying to get 3A football games, 3A, 2A games like this. This has been a very well officiated game. I'd actually know one of the guys on the crew a little bit. Quick snap. They're going to give over the left side to Aiden Carr, and he is mauled from behind. I think the ball may have scored out. They're going to say he was down.
They're saying down. The Rams want the ball, but the Carr was hit from the front, and somebody just came in and blitzed him from the back.
Tigers could ill afford to turn the ball over this deep in their own.
Boy, it is tough sledding in the center of the line tonight. The Tigers, just nothing there whatsoever.
Credit the Greene County defense. They've really. I know Nevada put some points up on them, but they did almost all of that through the air. It was not done on the ground. Howard will go in motion. Under center is Berge. He's going to fake the handoff, roll right, look to throw. He's got Carson Johnson out of the backfield, but overthrows him. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Joe Battle's nephew, the Cruiswich kid, quarterbacking from Nevada. He's, I believe, leading 2A in passing right now. He chucked the ball out. We don't play Nevada this year. We played them a little bit in the past. They've been in our district a few times, but no Cubs on the schedule. The mere 10 miles down the road. We don't play them, but we don't have really too many long trips this year. It's not too bad. Norwalk, I think, will be our longest trip.
Probably big.
That's the last week of the season. 3:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 9, ball to 16. Screen pass. They're going to throw it out in the flat to Carson Johnson. If he can get going, he's a fast guy. He'll have enough for first down. He's in the open field. 35, 40, 45, 50. Needs a block from Jack Anderson. Jack got away, breaks the tackle. Gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. So Carson Johnson, very speedy. Did just a great job of finding the gaps. Big play, biggest play from scrimmage for the Tigers tonight.
Huge play. Boy, they needed that one, too. On 3rd down, they turn the ball over there. They're going to be giving great field position for the Rams. Nice job by Johnson. Good job by Berge. Hang on to the ball at the last moment. Got about Johnson, and
that was Johnson,
turned down the Jets.
That was Carson.
35 was Carson.
Yeah. Well, I looked down and saw Landau, so I think it was pretty sure it was 35.
That was, yeah, absolutely right. No, Carson Johnson. Nice job.
So Tigers 1st and 10. Ball's at the 34 now. Going to give it underneath to Carson Johnson, but he's going to get breaks the tackle.
Nice job by Carson.
I got to quit giving up so soon.
That guy kind of limited his hold. There comes the flag. That was late. I saw definitely head-to-head, helmet to helmet on the end of that play. The guy coming in late, Carson got turned around. The guy coming in late led with his helmet. We'll see. 2 flags in the field. I think it's the same call. Personal targeting. Yep. I think Johnson was okay. He popped right back up. Walking towards the sideline. They're going to make sure he's all right.
Carson's tougher than a bag of hammers.
Nice run by Carson, boy. He just, as Trent said, he was gathered in right away. Carson just refused to go down.
Carson's a wrestler, and
big penalty there.
His football coach is also his wrestling coach, and Scott likes those kind of kids that very mobile and know how to control their body and good balance, and Carson certainly fit that mold, as does Aiden Carr. I think Aiden's a wrestler as well.
Ball down to the 17 now. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 17. Best drive of the night for the Tigers.
Just under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter here, and the Tigers, as deep as they've been all night in Greene County territory. Berge will look to throw, drop straight back, throws a screen out to Johnson. He's going to cut right, cut left, gets stood up, breaks another tackle, spins out of one, is going to go down to the 15.
Really impressive job by Carson.
Yeah, he really is. I don't know if he played last week at Tailback, but the first 2 weeks he did not play much at all, if any. We haven't seen Aiden Carr out there much at all. Hopefully Aiden's okay.
Yeah, he had that run earlier in this drive and got pummeled pretty good. So hopefully he did not get injured there.
Be 2nd and 8. Ball's right at the 15-yard line. Kevel Peters gets an ovation from the crowd as he goes and gets more water. Kevel Peters, one of our student managers. Berge will roll right. Sets up throws. He's got a receiver in the end zone. In traffic, that's landed. Howard with the catch. Hauls it in. Good pitch and catch here from Matt Berge to Landon Howard.
Yeah, that was really well done. That was a nice drive out, and made sure he threw it over top of the defender there.
Nice pattern, nice pass. Yeah, out there in the corner, well done. Well done by Howard.
So 5 Gilbert Tigers on the Iowa State marching band. We'll talk about those after the PAT here, and some names that we know.
They jumped. Now we'll see if the Tigers go. Doesn't really help them to get, they need 3 scores, but if they did get 2 points all the way, they could get 3 scores and a field goal. So we'll see what the Tigers going to do the old school, go for the 2 or no?
Doesn't look like it, but I'd say decline the yardage then if you're not going to.
I would too. I wouldn't take the. Yeah, no need to go closer.
You can always decline the yardage in high school football.
Yep, I would just take it where it's at. But they are taking the yardage. Yeah, I agree with you, Fred. I would just because you had the 10, they use the 10-yard line as a good solid marker of how far to be when it's on the 3. So I agree. If you move it up, then you've got to kind of reset and figure out exactly where to put the ball down. So
You
they
get a little
can
shorter
take it.
angle, too, but they will get it off and make it
Nice job by Koenig.
after all of our yippity-yapping.
Well, just something to talk about while they move the ball. So 1:59 left in the third quarter.
Tigers need to build on this. Kept their defense off the field there. They got a breather, and so the Iowa State marching band, 343 members. I checked with some of their staff that were up here in the, because we got peeps. We can talk to people. We're in the press box, and they have 343 members. 140 members in the Gilbert Tiger. So if you do the math on that, carry the
1,322.
Yeah, somewhere like that, like 10 gross of kids. The Gilbert Tiger alumni who are on the marching band. Playing the trumpet, P.J. Vanderweedy. You don't remember P.J.?
Yeah, I remember P.J.
P.J. Vanderweedy. Two piccolo players, Kirsten Kemp and Brandon Crow. Brandon Crow, one of my favorite kids.
Brandon Crow, great kid, all the way around.
The alto sax, Sir Smotty playing the alto sax.
That's a great job.
Liza Nelson on the color guard.
That is so much
family,
fun.
one of the best families that Gilbert has to offer. Fantastic family.
Great people, all the way around.
Yeah, it was neat.
Liza's
Iowa
a very
State marching
special
band.
lady.
Great place. Give them a little practice tonight to come out. I saw them over on the old high school football field. They were practicing over there before the game, and I forgot all about it. I was really excited to get to see them tonight. Your daughter got to play with the Iowa State band.
And my son was out there playing as well. Peter's out there.
Yep. What does Peter play? Don't tell me. I'm going to say the pick harp. Not the pick harp?
It is the pick harp. Yeah, you didn't see him on the harp. It was actually the big harp.
Yeah.
You didn't see him walk out there with that little harp. But they give you like a little roller. You get to
That's
roll.
what the house thing was for.
The house was only the roller hiding the harp. Yeah, exactly.
In case it started raining, you don't want to get your harp wet. Oh,
absolutely not. That's a bad thing.
It's horrible.
So there's some sort of delay in the action here.
You said the band is on the field?
So they're stopping the ball. Makes him reset the ball. I don't. Oh, they were giving a penalty against the Tigers. They got to go back and kick from the 35. So offside.
Okay,
At the light?
I think I know what this is.
So you know this one? Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So once they mark it ready for play, if the ball's in the middle of the field, once they mark it ready for play,
You can't move to the
can't pick
side.
the ball and move it over to the side hash. You have
see.
to do it before they mark it ready for play.
I see. So he set the ball, the tee at the middle.
Don't ask me how I knew that, but I'm going to assume that's what it was. I don't know. It could have been something else. It's on the right hash, and they usually put it in the middle of the field, so we'll just go with that. The official on that far side, Joey Townsell. I've umpired baseball with him years and years ago. Good kick.
We're going to keep it in the end zone anyway.
We would have gone to the end zone if it hadn't been moved, but
I think Morton got that at the 3. He's going to stutter step, come up the middle.
got some room.
He's going to be upended by
Carson Johnson?
Nope,
That's Landon Howard and Cooper Hearn.
Maybe Landon Howard should go out for wrestling. It was a 2-point takedown.
Yeah.
I think Carson Johnson would approve of that.
That has got his hands on. I don't know what he's
Good return by Morton. I think Koenig's kick was kind of low and it just didn't allow Tigers coverage to
pretty
get out.
quick. Got there pretty
Director of Athletics, Tim Pizzetti, keeping a close eye on us.
One of the best guys.
He's actually fitted us all
well.
three with choke chains so he can yank us out of here at any time.
He gave you a choke change. He hit me with a shot collar, man. He's hit that 3 times tonight. I have just about flipped here. So
Don't say dumb stuff, Becker. That's usually what he tells me before we go on the air. The ball's on the ground. They're going to pick it up, give it to Kafer, and he's going to
make some yards out of this.
Wrapped from behind, pulled to the ground by.
I know what he usually tells me. He just tells me not to say anything.
Yeah, he tells you to make sure Becker doesn't say anything stupid. Mitch Johnson was the one who caught Kafer from behind, and I see Kenyon O'Brien and Anthony Porter, Caden Meskin all kind of in on that tackle.
Credit to Kafer, though. He was grabbed immediately in the backfield, and he still got 4 out of that, or maybe 5 where they marked it.
Now Denhart's in there. Both Kafer and Denhart are in.
This is kind of a scary situation.
Your third, both of them pretty potent. Now Denhart will head out of the backfield in motion. They're going to give it to Kafer up the middle.
Nice job by Caden. Oh, but he breaks. He was knee touched.
Meskin got him, and then he broke out, but they're going to say he was down.
Knee did touch the ground. Nice job by Caden breaking through there, and Anthony Porter in there quick too. Good job to keep his legs turning, though, even though his knee did touch. But, boy, they are hard to bring down.
Yeah, they're making it difficult for the Tigers. First guy's usually not enough.
They blew that dead and then gave him the forward progress after the whistle. When he popped out, they gave him that yard that he got anyway. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Clock's running under a minute to play in the third quarter. Tigers trail 26-7.
Pretty big play here, I think. If the Tigers can stop them, make them punt the ball back. They're never say never here.
Riley's going to look to throw. He throws out in the left flat. He's got a receiver out there.
First yet, now he does.
So good. Cooper Hearn was kind of in a tough spot there to try to haul him down on the Clint Denhart, good runner and a good receiver out of the field. We've seen him run a touchdown and catch one in this game.
So this is one more play in the third quarter. 34 seconds left, and they set the play clock with 24 now. So certainly one more for the Rams in the third quarter. That would have been a huge play if we could have got them off the field. They got the ball back down 19.
You're going to pass out in the right flat. Drew Hawthorne had turned around. He might have had an interception and gone. They were trying to get it out to Trey Highnote. Hawthorne had keyed in on tackling it, but didn't look up. The ball whizzed by his face.
Hawthorne definitely had some Greene in front of him there. That would have been, doing the right thing. He was watching the receiver, but as Trent said, if Hawthorne just happens to glance back to the quarterback, he probably walks in front, picks that ball, and goes the other way.
Made volunteer assistant coach Chris Benda rip his hat off, thinking the same thing we were thinking, I think. 16 seconds now. The clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Riley will
hand up in the middle.
Denhart's got it. Breaks a tackle.
He just gets a lot of yards in a hurry. He's gained 9. Second and 10, gaining 9, just straight up and
nothing real fancy there. Just like you said,
That's the end of the third quarter. So at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth, your score, Rams 26, Tigers 7. When we come back, the Rams will have 3rd and 1 from the Tiger 40-yard line.
I just like to check baseball scores. I'm kind of a fan of
Speaking of Anthony Rizzo, I saw he wore his uniform to the makeup game. Rizzo a little troubled by the fact they made him do a makeup game. They had a rain out on Sunday, I think, and they rescheduled it for last night, and so they had to go from Wrigley to Washington to play the game, and then back to Wrigley for a weekend. They were supposed to have an off day, and so they made them fly out to Washington to play the one game and then go back home. So Rizzo just wore his uniform on the plane. Said, no big deal. No, I'm not trying to make a statement at all. I'm just getting ready for the game. I'm ready to play.
And allegedly, he didn't take anything with him. He just said he slept in that, played in it, wore it home on the plane on the way back. He didn't take a bag. I saw him with a gym bag, so I'm suspect that maybe he did.
And the Cubbies happened to win that game 4-3.
He did.
They go up a game and a half in the Central, right?
Had 3-2 tonight, and trying to get 3 outs against the pesky Cincinnati Reds. It's one of those teams that I've said all year.
They're giving them trouble this year, and the Reds are one of the worst teams in that division, but they played well against the top.
They played very well against.
They played well against the Nationals. They played well against the Dodgers. They played well against the Cubs.
Get up the middle of the Kafer. He's going to slip by a couple of Tiger defenders before he's thrown to the turf, but not
for the first down.
Caden Meskin, I think, gets another tackle. Caden Meskin just having a fantastic sophomore year. Jacob Gilbert will check back in.
I'd just like to point out before we move off of baseball that the Twins are in second place.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
Well, my two favorite teams are the Twins and the Cubs.
Oh, there you go. The bad news is they're 20 games back.
11:45 clock rolling here in the fourth quarter. Riley will give it to Kafer up the middle, and he squirts through. Gets grabbed from the ground.
Who's on the bottom? I can't tell.
99
Anthony Porter on the ground. Nice job by Anthony. And then was that Carson Johnson? Maybe Cooper in there. Nice job by the Tigers there. It is, even with the Tigers getting him immediately, he still has 3 yards on that carry. 11:15 left in the fourth quarter. 26-7 Rams. Good night for football now. Cooled off a bit.
Pass on the left side.
Nice pass. Oh, and he gets around Trey Hansen.
Got around Tucker
Hansen, sorry. Got around Tucker.
Goes in for the touchdown. Morton catch and broke free and goes in for the score.
That's too bad. Tigers had made a nice little run there with their own touchdown and played some good D. Got them to a couple third downs there, but they score quickly. Good pitch and catch. Good run by the Ram receiver. Took it going to the sideline, stopped on a dime, turned around and went back. Caught Hansen a little bit off guard as Hansen thought he was heading towards the sideline and cut back and ran it into the end zone. Kick is up and looks good to me, and it is. So your score with 11:03 left in the fourth quarter, 33-7. Rams ahead of our Gilbert Tigers.
Kind of been a rough night for the Tigs. They come off a good drive there, but couldn't slow down this potent Ram offense. This is a team that only scored 14 points in week 1 against Perry. in that penalty-marred game. Of course, when you have 200 yards of penalties, that
would slow you down a little bit.
It'll slow you down quite a bit. But they scored 68 last week against Sadell, who is, I mean, to be honest, they've taken a lot of beatings like that, and Greene County did pummel them greatly. And their other victory was over Nevada, so they're trying to go to 4-0 on the season, ranked 10th, and I would assume.
Is there any way we could have swapped and played Sadell tonight and had, like Iowa State's going to play Incarnate Word?
Okay, the 11:03 mark in the fourth quarter, Incarnate Word makes its way to the broadcast. If you have that on your broadcast bingo tonight,
you're getting Incarnate Word.
Incarnate Word.
I had the text. They were waiting for me to say that, so I had to bring that in because
Florence also made the broadcast.
Better than the old joke, the Sisters of the Poor. I'm not sure how you got Incarnate Word to come here, but they were 1-11 last year, so I'm sure there'll be stiff competition for us.
They could be. Oh, the ball fell off the tee.
That's surprising. I hadn't seen that tonight.
It's kind of marred the game.
Game would have been over 20 minutes ago if the ball would just stay on the dang tee for the Greene County kicker. Does he have a tee, or is he just trying to set it up?
I don't know. Maybe he's sitting on the turf. That might be why he keeps falling down.
Remember when you're a kid and you take your heel and make kind of a divot in the grass and then set the ball? And Corey Adams shaking his head. He knows what I'm talking about. You just can't do that on turf because it's not grass.
Yeah.
So Fisher will punch it from the 40. It's going to be fielded by Landon Howard at about the 8-yard line. It's going to go up the middle, cut back, spins, pirouettes, do-si-dos, and is hauled down at the 32. Just in case Lisa Jane Gilbert is listening, I like to use a lot of adjectives and adverbs.
That's right. Conjunctivitis and things like that.
Actually, conjunctivitis is a
pink
eye infection, yeah. So Tigers need to just keep scoring.
It's also
keep pressing on. It's 33-7.
Little known fact, it's actually pink eye in an aversion to compound sentences.
That's conjunctivitis, not conjunctivitis. Tucker Hansen in the backfield, number 6. Berge will take the snap. Steps up in the pocket. He's got Landon Howard out there. He kind of underthrows him, and Landon had to come back and kind of break that pass up.
He did have a step and kind of a little jump pass to try and get it up over top of the defender. Didn't quite get enough.
I think that's Morton. Morton's been all over the field now. It seems like we've said his name a lot. Yeah, I'd look for Greene County to have some good success. That district now, they've got Kemper, OA, BCIG, Shenandoah, Clarinda, I think, is in there, Atlantic. Atlantic's down to 2A. Greene County really benefited a lot from dropping down to 2A this year. They'll be very competitive in 2A, beating a 3A school tonight.
Definitely helps their numbers, I think.
Go over to the left side, that's Tucker Hansen, and he's going to...
Caught immediately. Throw him down.
Tucker had somebody on him immediately, and Berge was barely able to get the ball away before he was tackled.
Greene County really has played a pretty good game. They've made just a couple of mistakes tonight. They've looked very, very good. As much as it pains us to see the Tigers struggling like this, yes, you kind of got to. There's a reason for that. And some of that is Greene County has played very well.
They really have. I do want to thank Penny Davis again for those updates on Drew and Drew's mom for posting the information so we can check up on him.
Yeah, I think you can see the injury on the broadcast. I just had somebody text me and say they went back and watched it. I don't recommend watching it. I'm not going to go back and watch it. Seeing that once is enough for me for a night. Tigers are going to have to punt as the pass goes incomplete. 9:59, and the clock stopped.
That's one of the things about drawing the game out. The Tigers have been kind of forced to throw the ball, and with a lot of incompletions on both sides. The game has slowed down a little bit. One of those runs, and I was thinking about the old continuous clock too, but you got to be down 35, and we're down 26, and
it doesn't figure that it will get to that.
Doesn't figure to get to that point. So hopefully the Tigers can step up on the defensive end and get another touchdown here. Try to draw a little closer.
High snap, but Koenig pulls it down, and he'll boot it. Good spiral.
Turns over a bit. I think there should be. There's a flag.
Catch interference.
Yeah.
He called for a fair catch and then was run into. The Tiger who ran into him looks like he's injured.
Is that Isle?
Cale Eiley.
Cale Eiley?
He went down because he could have grabbed the ball. It wouldn't have mattered because the Tigers are going to get called for catch interference. It wasn't intentional.
I don't think it was at all. I don't think. I think Cale was just in the wrong place.
Kick was.
The runner was way deep and kind of ran.
He came into Cale exactly. Cale was kind of I mean, I realized that Kale's the defender and got in the way, but Kale was there and did not see the ball coming.
What if he got poked in the eye? It looked like he was sticking his hand in his face mask.
That could very well be.
Yeah, he's got his hand in his face. I'm going to guess he got poked maybe in the eye. Nobody likes to get poked in the eye.
Because as Trent said, he made no effort to go after the ball. So the receiver came up, ran over Kale a little bit, but Kale definitely interfered with his right to catch the ball.
Scott Otter told him to put your hand up, kind of like they did on the Three Stooges, and block that poke in the eye.
He did. I thought you were joking.
No, he did put his hand up, but I didn't know if that was...
We just did it again.
Would you guys think I'm going to make something up during our broadcast?
No, absolutely not. That would happen, I'm
Never
sure.
doubted you.
So with the poke in the eye and the nose bop by Curley and Moe, the Rams will have the ball at the Tiger 48 with 9:52 left in the fourth. So good field position for the Rams, which they don't really need good field position at this point in the evening.
I would guess you're going to see a heavy dose of
Clint Denhart.
Run left, run right.
You can just assume Clint Denhart will get the ball here if you don't hear otherwise. Riley running out of the shotgun. He will give it to Denhart. Denhart's going to break outside. Puts on a couple of nifty moves. Oh, my goodness.
He's gone.
Break loose and be gone.
The flag down I just heard in the broadcast booth.
One at the 25, which is going to nullify the touchdown, it sounds like.
Which was unnecessary.
A couple kids out of the play again, I think.
Really, one of the Gilbert Tigers just went down now after the play is over. I think I think Otter is really angry.
Come on, Otter. Watch your mouth. You're going to get it.
I think they lit up a Tiger, and the play was well over. I mean, the man was scoring. There was no Tiger in any danger of making a play on that.
We don't know who's down. But
they lit someone up for the Tigers,
I think
it looks like.
99.
And it's Porter.
Scott Otter's really
Scott is really angry. And he's pulling the officials over and asking what in the world. They're talking to Coach to calm down, but he is really upset.
Yeah. Other sidelines, there's
You can see they've taken the player who committed the penalty out of the game. He's getting sent over to the sidelines. Scott Otter just wants an explanation. I didn't see what happened, so I'm not gonna speculate or conjecture, which I often do, even though I don't know what's going on. I will do that, but I'm not on this one. Looks like Anthony Porter's down, getting attended to. That's all I can tell you for sure.
Great kid. Hate to see Porter get hurt here.
Kind of wondered who was going to close games for the Cubs the rest of the way. Looks like right now it's Jorge De La Rosa. There wasn't even a Cub until about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Strop had a hamstring. Is that what I understand? So they do. Yep. There's the penalty. They've already marked the penalty off. Back to the 39, so it'll be second down and one, or first and one. Porter on his feet. Can't tell what happened to Anthony, but he does not look. Otter's still very unhappy.
This is where the Tigers got to make sure not to retaliate, because I guarantee the officials now are going to not allow any more of this type of behavior to go on, including from the Tigers. So I know the young man who had the penalty call on is not in the game right now. He was taken out. He was probably one over on the sidelines as far away from his coach as he can possibly get. So it'll be 9:41 to play now. He will get a first down. They'd made the first down before the penalty for the mark, so it'll be 1st and 10. High snap, but pulled down, and Denhart's going to get it again. He's stutter stepping. This time, though, Carson Johnson's going to yank him down, and he's going to get cleaned up on the backside by 52.
Carson, that was not a... Well, sorry. I did not see that, but anyway. Penalty on Carson Johnson.
As I was just saying not to do that. It happened. That happens a little bit. And as I said, the officials are going to be quick to throw the flag, and they were, and I have no problem with that at all.
Trent had mentioned it hadn't been too chippy. He said it usually did, and we found our chippy. We found our chippiness.
So 2 15-yard penalties on this drive. They're going to try to break their record of 19 penalties in one game.
Well, I can see if this is the indicator of what happened in the first game, then this may be why. They're brave. They definitely play with passion. They're very enthusiastic. As Troy mentioned before, they play sideline to sideline. They play all over the field. There is no give in the Rams. They've got a really good game.
This could be their Achilles heel, though, is just their inability to. Pass was out the flat, and Kenyon O'Brien tried to.
Expecting another flag down. I think it's going to be offensive interference, potentially. That's my guess. When Kenyon went to go get that ball, the receiver kind of turned the other way, but we'll see.
Thrown in the middle of the field. I'm going to predict an eligible receiver downfield.
Okay, that's a good call. Good call.
Just by the place it was thrown, and it was thrown away from the play, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, could be. That's true. That my official was nowhere near Kenyon.
Troy, what do you got there?
What's your call, Troy? Safety?
Roughing the kicker.
Roughing the kicker? No, the receiver. Look at that. Mr. Becker with the call. So is that a loss of down or no?
Yes.
So you do take that then.
It's declined. Must not be lost of down. I don't think an eligible receiver is illegal touching.
They even took that away from offensive pass interference now, didn't they? Lost it down.
Yeah, that was a big penalty. It was 15 yards and a loss.
That was huge before, yes.
Yeah, that's probably right way to do that.
So third about.
That's 29. I was trying to think of an equitable distance. My house to Slide Mountain at the elementary school. Turn and give it to Kafer this time. He's going to go to the right side. They're going to call
Another hold here.
They got another cramp.
A cramp and a hold and a penalty. And Mitch Johnson holding his hands up like I didn't do it. Usually not a good thing to do as a player because that usually draws the attention. So the fourth down.
Yeah, they're going to punt. They're going to.
I think you got to decline this. So the fourth down and 20.
They're going to force a punt. I'm not sure that Greene County has punted tonight, have they?
I don't think they have. They came on once to do it, and then when the penalty was given, they did not. So we'll see. They may not punt now. They're up 26.
What I do know is that the last 30 seconds of football is taking about 10 and a half minutes.
And the best news of the night is the Chicago Cubs have eked out a 3-2 win over division opponent Cincinnati Reds.
Well, one of the keys now you got to tell me now, because now you have me interested, is how did Milwaukee do?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Win, baby.
No, because I'm trying to get an extra game, man. I want a full game. I want 2.5 up.
Well, look. So I don't know who the punter is for Greene County because I can't read the numbers.
I think he did punt once, because remember you looked his name up.
Ooh, a lot of pressure by the Tigers. He gets the punt away. Not a bad punt. It's going to bounce at about the 24, and of course bounce down inside the 20. Trey Hansen's. Brewers are up 7-3 in the 8th. Cardinals are losing. Cardinals are kind of fizzling at the finish line. That breaks my heart.
That does break you. I'm sure it does as a Cubs fan.
There's a flag. They're going to make him kick it again. Another penalty flag. So I believe that is, what, 5 straight plays?
6 in a row. Because they had one when they got the first down. Before they got the first down.
They did, yes. And the Tigers would never take that because the kick did work out quite well. Rolled all the way dead inside the 10.
They kick it again. They got to have a good snap and a good kick and not blocked and all that.
So that's a great call to make this kick again.
Really, kind of a no-brainer.
That's the over-under. My over, I'm thinking that's definitely not going to get inside the 10. But I've been wrong. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but I'm going with the Tigers on this one. Good take of the penalty. Another question is do you think they're going to try to go for the block again? Or go for the return? Looks like kind of like the block to me. They only have one guy deep and 10 guys or 9 guys in the line of scrimmage.
Punts away. It's going to be over to the sideline. I think it's going to go out of bounds. But it kicks back in.
It's actually rolling pretty well.
Going to be down about the 18, so they didn't lose much yardage at all on that. And we got the whistle, which usually means there's a flag.
I got a cramp, I think. Greene County guy player down here in the field. I think getting into cramp. Still a pretty hot night.
You guys want to go home. I know it's getting late. We're going to hit 3 hours tonight.
It has been a pretty hot night tonight. Hot, humid night. Has an impact on the players, as you can guess.
Especially when they had a couple weeks where it had kind of gone into fall mode there, and then suddenly we're back into August mode.
Yeah, you get your body kind of used to those 70-degree temperatures.
It's about time for the lights to go off.
Don Adams is mostly worried the nursing home shuttle bus is coming back to pick him up, and he's going to miss that. So you're going to have to call it Uber.
So we do have a Greene County player down, if you're wondering why the delay here with 8:19 left. In the fourth, Tigers will take over the ball on their own, looks like 18-yard line. 8:19 left, the third. Tigers down 33-7 to Greene County Rams, who look every bit as good as their number 10 ranking.
Was that 6 straight plays or was penalties?
I think so. Felt like 60.
Well, still doesn't top the. That wasn't this drive when they had the 4 penalties on one play, was it? That was the drive before, I think.
I think you're right. The first half was fairly clean, honestly.
It was.
Well, and even the third quarter,
Trent had mentioned about things getting chippy, and next thing you know, it wasn't. It was really fun. It was a very fun, calm game until the fourth quarter. So the guy with the cramp is up. That's good, walking off under his own power.
Sammy's probably a little. She might be cramping up herself down there for as many times as.
What's the guy that's
instead of transferring out of the field?
Well, what's the guy, the male?
Oh my gosh. I lost it.
I usually have him watch me when I come up the steps in case my leg cramps up. He can grab me. Asked him about the pickle juice, and he said,
Brian.
He said the freshman kids are all well hydrated. It's the high school kids who generally don't hydrate as well as they should. Imagine that. All right, so 1st and 10 after all that, and the Tigers have the ball at their own 16-yard line. They'll turn and give it to Aiden Carr's back in. Good to see Aiden back in there. I was worried he might have been wounded, but he's going to get 12 yards on 1st down and move the chains.
Good carry there.
Tigers just never really got the offense going until that last drive, so hopefully we have something to build on here. Brian is the athletic trainer. Catherine's still listening in, my daughter.
Thanks.
Actually, she's required. In order for her to get her allowance, she has to listen to me broadcast. She doesn't get that $250 a week until I know she listened into the broadcast. So the Rams stacking a bunch of guys on the line of scrimmage, knowing the Tigers are going to throw. They had 8 guys in the box there.
Carr got control of the play before, lost 4 on this one. Well, lost 3.
Yeah, the Tigers are going to have to throw probably. Greene County's pretty much said we're not going to let you run, which is good defense. I'm no problem with that.
Absolutely. No, they're definitely stacking guys in the box. Kind of pinning their ears back on both sides. So Berge, I'll have to get rid of it pretty quick, I think, if we do throw. That screen pass might work.
I want to see Jack Anderson catch a 73-yard touchdown.
I think our line jumped too. The Rams jumped for sure. They're pointing at Gilbert. I think Gilbert may have jumped 2 on the right side of the offensive line.
They did. So that'll be false start penalty, 5 yards, and stop the clock. It's pretty much stop time. I believe the earth has stopped rotating on its axis. It seems like it.
7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Tigers down 33-7. Pitch outside to Hansen. Another flag down on the Tigers this time. Isaac Roteman has his hands out saying, is that on me? Going to guess it's a hold on the Tigers.
Might be just that Isaac Roteman's biceps are illegal because they're so big because of their girth.
Yes, I think that's probably the
circumference is.
Chop block they're calling.
Yeah, and that's a 15-yard penalty. So chop block is if a defensive player is engaged with an offensive lineman, another offensive lineman can't go low.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 or 4th and 28.
Yeah, 15-yard penalty. That's kind of a no-brainer. You marching back. It's going to be half the distance.
Did I miss the proposal? You said if they were engaged to
engage, yes.
Defensive
if he's putting a ring on his finger, you can't block him.
Okay. Well, it is rude.
Somewhat inconsiderate. See, Drew Hawthorne in on offense now. I haven't seen him on that side of the ball much this year.
Had a decent amount of receiver last year, if I remember.
He did. You know what this game needs? Trevor Keel. 98 Trevor Keel.
There you go.
I would like to see Trevor Keel get into this game. I think his only time he said he plays is on jumbo goal line defense, which we probably will not see tonight.
2nd and 25 for the Tigers. Greene County coming after him. Yeah, he threw that one away.
Had a screen set up to Carson Johnson, but Carson was well covered, and the clock stops.
Stops the clock again. 6:43 left. I think the Tigers were actually kind of content to run and let the clock run is what it looked like there, and then they're kind of forcing the passing it when you're 2nd and 25.
Brennan Ergenreiter will check back in for Drew Hawthorne.
So 3rd and 25 for the Tigers. 6:43 left, down 33-7 in the fourth quarter. It was whiteout night here at the ballpark.
So I bought a little stuff that you use when you make a mistake typing. I didn't understand.
Oh, you didn't quite understand? Oh, yeah, good call.
But the good news is if you make any mistakes, I can white them out. Berge will step up in the pocket. He's got Led and Howard across the middle and just overthrew him. Might have been short of the first down if he'd have caught that anyway, but it would have been 5 yards to go instead of 25.
And the clock running, too, would have been good. So. It's one of those ones where, in my mind, it might have been nice. I wouldn't mind seeing Tanner Henningsen come in.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Matt, but maybe just protect Matt. It's not likely for the Tigers to come back now and get Tanner some snaps against a reasonable defense. I just noticed that on that defensive play there, Trent, the line for the Rams all stood up.
Makes it hard to know assignments.
They're jumping around.
Yeah, they're just gunning it. So that makes it really hard. They're not getting down to the normal 3-point stance. So
saw the Iowa Hawkeyes do that a lot against the Cyclones last weekend. Yeah,
really?
It just makes it tough to know assignments.
It seems like a reasonable way to go. It's just hard to know where you're going to go.
Then you got to go look for who you're going to block. The Tigers will punt it away here with Matthew Koenig.
Oh, got whistles. Oh, we ran out the play clock maybe. Delay of game against the Tigers.
I just think it's kind of the penalty for delaying the game. Delaying the game.
Delaying the game more. Yes, we'll back you up 5 and take extra time. And feel like in the twilight zone here. Thinking vaguely of that movie Groundhog Day where this kind of goes on and on. 6:39 left in the fourth. Matt Koenig deep in his own end zone to kick. Rams setting up at the 45 to return it. Kenyon O'Brien in motion across the formation. High snap. Koenig goes up. Gets it off. Nice job by Koenig. That ball should have probably gone into the end zone. Takes a reasonable roll for the Tigers.
Now, kind of averted disaster there is Koenig has made a couple of very athletic plays tonight. Grabbed a couple of high snaps and running that guy down on the. I don't know what play that was. If it was Tim Hearn thinks it was just a bad snap that it hit one of the up guys.
It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't an intentional.
It was kind of hard to tell from what we were said, but Tim didn't think it was a fake.
Gotcha.
He thinks it was just a bad snap that hit one of the blockers, the protect guys.
So the Rams will take over on the Gilbert 41 with 6:27 left in the fourth, up 33-7. Be interesting to see what play selection the Rams do. So they're in the shotgun formation. Hands up the middle, and he's going to bounce it to the outside. Got plenty of room now into the inside. Nice run. Kiefer kind of getting the full duty here in the second half. I haven't seen who was the young man that ran so well in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So Kiefer getting a lot of reps here. Gains 11 yards on that play, so it'll be 1st and 10 for.
They're both going to have. I know Denhart will have 100 yards rushing, but I'm not sure if Caper won't have close to that too.
I would think so too, yeah.
Broadcast is approaching 3 hours. Now that included pregame, so the game hasn't actually went on for 3 hours. We're at about 12 minutes short of that.
Head out to Kiefer, get up the middle. Kiefer dances outside. Boy, he's just got some nice moves, Trent. Cuts it outside, then cuts up inside. Now he's going to go. He may go the rest of the way. Oh, that's going to be I don't know, did they flag that? Can you do that in high school football, do the dive and roll?
Yeah, I don't think that was done as a showboat. I think he just felt somebody on his heels and took it in.
Tigers seem to think he may have been showboating up 39-7, but no call.
Still this guy's chasing you. I think it's reasonable to jump so they can't grab you.
They can't trip you. They can't trip you. Can't throw out a leg and trip you.
Maybe he thought Carson Johnson.
He might have thought Carson Johnson was on his heels. He said, "I'm going to die before he trips me, before he kicks his leg out." So that was Kiefer going around the right end. Nice draw. Nice
that would
job.
make this game because you know the Greene County coaches.
They would go nuts.
They would go
absolutely nuts. So the kick is down. Kick is up, and it is good again.
Kicking game has gotten significantly better for the.
It has. Really has as the game has progressed.
So let's be honest, this 37 Greene County team looks like a playoff team to me. They're pretty well. they're kind of stacked at the skill positions. They've got guys that can catch the ball, a good quarterback that can throw it, and a couple good running backs, and they've really kind of taken it to the Tigs tonight, 40-7. Pat Starr commits mass carnage. And
trying to kill the mosquitoes over here. They're biting me right and left. Not doing it very effectively at the moment. Not sure if you guys have noticed the mosquitoes out the last couple days, but I feel like I've been transported into some other country.
I ran out of available blood for them to take a second quarter.
You had your malaria vaccinations, Pat, just in case? Is that mosquitoes?
Actually, I've had malaria before, and you don't want that, so...
Oh, no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I had malaria in Peace Corps on the way back home. My wife and I both did. My wife, Mindy, and I, on the way back from Peace Corps, we were traveling up through Africa, and we got into Kenya. And in Kenya, we actually...
I think that was an episode of Seinfeld. Are you sure? That wasn't Jay Peterman? That was...
So we actually had malaria. We actually spent a week on the coast of Zanzibar, the east coast of Zanzibar, with malaria. Disappointing the guest house owners that were there because we were the only tourists they ever had who didn't want to do anything but just sit. And I could not explain that we had malaria, and we really were in no shape to move, but they were very disappointed in the weakest tourist they'd ever had at their guest house. Kick goes deep. Go ahead, Trent. It's like it's
Newell will take it down to about the 3-4 yard line. He'll go around the left side. He's going to get tossed to the mat about the 22-yard line.
Rams have had good kickoff coverage all night long. That's not been a...
Yeah, offense, defense, special teams, I think they will grade out pretty well in this game. And the Tigers, barring a miraculous, it'll look better if we do come back, since we said it's going to be a miracle. If they do, they will...
I think they might have. Do they have Tanner in now? I think Tanner's in.
They've actually made they're going to have a new center, a lot of new guys on the field. We'll try to call their numbers.
Yeah,
why don't you call the action, Pat, and I'll look.
Okay. So we have Tanner under center.
Newell's wide.
Thank you. Hand up inside to, I don't know who it is.
Carson
Johnson. Carson bouncing off players, continuing to go forward. Nice job by Carson.
See number 70, Jacob. Oh, he's usually out there.
77, Alex Ergenreiter snapped the ball.
Okay. So
69, Jacob Teresi still in the game. 54, Meskin now on offense.
Nice run by Carson Johnson. Gets himself 5 yards on that first down carry.
Jacob Steenhook comes out.
Okay.
Looks like 52. Cole Steenhook still in the game on the left side.
Newell in. Jack Anderson still in.
Alex Ergenreiter in at center, 77 for...
So Tanner Henderson under center. Might be Mitchell Johnson still behind him. Hands it off to Carson. Carson taken down this time right away. Lost maybe a yard or two. So it'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. 4:55 left in the fourth quarter. Tigers trailing the Rams 40-7.
Brendan Ergenreiter out there at tight end. I think Anthony Porter evening may be over. He was injured on a play earlier. So Jack Anderson still at split end with Newell on this side.
Okay, 2 split. Henningsen under center. 10 guys in the line of scrimmage for the Rams. Jump like crazy. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I haven't even
no whistle
yet.
Now a flag finally goes. Rams claim they have the ball, but a
false start. It should have been blown dead. The referee.
Yeah, there was no whistles whatsoever. I was kind of surprised by that there. A lot of action and no whistles for a while there.
Well, and it could have been if the center snapped the ball.
That's true.
The play is live and
that's true.
Nobody jumped off, but I think that was probably a good stopgap by the white hat to just...
I was kind of hoping the Rams had jumped because that would have given the Tigers a first down because it was 3rd and 5. Now it's 3rd and 10. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left. Clock is running on that offensive penalty. It doesn't stop that way, so you can't purposely try to stop the clock by getting penalties on yourself. So now Tanner's going to go back into the shotgun. So first shotgun snap for our new center. Nice snap. Henderson gets it out to Mitchell. He'll get about 5.
He'll go out of bounds and
get about 3.
Actually, they're going to say his forward progress was inbounds and the clock.
And they kept the clock running. That might have been a niceness by the official there.
Nominate that official for some sort of humanitarian.
You absolutely could, because it is now 4th and 8. The clock is still running. Thanks to the good Lord above. 3:42 left. Tigers about to kick. Give the Rams the ball back, probably around midfield.
I may just take my headset off and go try to get the put in Trevor chant going in the student section.
There you go. I like that. That's a great idea. So Kenny hits it not too good. It might get a good roll though. Bounces. Picked up. Another roll. Have a return by the Rams. He's got a little bit of room. Tackled by Caden, of course.
Hawthorne in there as well.
Hawthorne as well.
Noel Mueller.
And no, is it Mueller? How do you say his last name? I didn't know that. Mueller. Okay. Didn't know if it's Miller or Mueller. I'm sorry. Thanks, Noel. Nice tackle there. So they're moving back up here. So the Rams will take over. First and 10. 3:19 left in the fourth quarter. Ball on the Tiger 46-yard line. I personally like to just see them running the line of scrimmage a number of times and keep the clock running, but we'll see what they do. Up 40-7, 3:19 left.
I see a lot of time in between plays before the officials mark it ready to play.
I'm guessing the officials will help with that. That is true. No reason not to. There is no, in high school football this year, it doesn't matter how much you win by anymore. They've taken away kind of that more points for wider margin of victory. As long as you win, you win. So that's
the
a good thing.
algorithm trumps all that.
Nice job. Stacked up immediately. That was Gilbert that got through to start with. Tigers, I think, have kept most of their first-string defense in the field. I don't think they want to get another score here.
Looking to see if anybody, Gilderhouse, Hearn, Hansen,
Meskin.
Cade Meskin, Carson Johnson, Cooper Hearn.
Trey Hansen's out there.
Trey Hansen, Drew Hawthorne, Kenyon O'Brien. I think it's pretty much the first team D. With second and 12 from the Gilbert 48. Shotgun formation for the Rams. Riley hands off to hit immediately. He's going to get about 2.
Tigers are still playing hard, and
kudos to them.
Yeah, glad a couple guys coming in.
Yep.
Ty German.
Jacob Steenhook back in, 67.
German back in. So we get about 2. It'll be third and 12 for the Rams. The clock is running, and as Trent said, the stride's taking a fairly long amount of time before blowing the play clock in, which is nice.
We will not have a long post-game show.
Yeah, we usually talk about a couple hours recapping the game, but
the drive home.
Can't we? I had a bunch of analysis.
Riley keeps the ball. It rolls out. Now he's going to throw it away as he goes and just throws it out of bounds. Save the sack. That will stop the clock, however, with 4th and 12 from the 48. 1:49 left. Cooper Hearn giving chase. Oh, that's Riley. That's a new quarterback. I'm sorry. For all you...
that's number 7. That's Riley.
Was that 9?
Riley. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought 9 running back. It must have been... Oh, I see. Sorry. I was watching the receiver going back. That was Hansen, one of the guys he throws to. So the Rams will kick for, I think it's the 3rd time tonight. Up 40-7. 33-point lead for the Rams. They are looking like a playoff contender from all we can see. It'll be interesting to see how they progress down the schedule. Caden actually did run into the front of the time. Oh, Tucker Hansen loses the ball. We're going to bounce this ball and recover in the end zone. That might be a touchdown for the Rams. I see no signal. I do. Hansen tried to catch that over his shoulder to keep it from going inside the 10. Probably should let that go. Bounced off him, rolled in the end zone. And after a little bit of a scrum, the Rams are able to pick it up, get an easy touchdown out of that. 46-7 now for the Greene County Rams. Kind of insult into injury there with the recovery in the end zone. 33. So that will get us to a continuous clock at the kickoff, but not much to matter now. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. The Rams up 46-7 over the Tigers. One momentary bright spot, that's Drew Hawthorne that gets the block and keeps the score at 46-7. So a little conversation going with the officiating crew. Don't know if there's anything going there or not, or they're just talking about what they're going to do after the game. Maybe where they're going to go grab a bite to eat before they head on home.
The open flame is open. Stuff like that.
Exactly, talking that through. Casey still has pizza going, they're saying, although it's getting pretty close at 10:30. They may not have time to get to Casey's for pizza.
It's a long-time official. I've stopped at many Casey's about 10 o'clock, and they never have pizza.
At that time, they don't do it. Now you're sure you're done? Sorry, guys. McDonald's is open late, so if they want to pop into town before they head home. So 1:37 left in the fourth. 46-7 Rams. Looking every bit like a team that's going to contend down the line. Trent mentioned that earlier. Special teams, offensively, defensively, they cover the field well. Play with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, a lot of energy on the Rams side of the field. And the Tigers have too. The Tigers have hung in there, continuing to score. They really haven't given up. Surprisingly enough, the ball falls off the tee.
That's weird.
Man, you haven't really seen that much. That might be the 9th time tonight the ball has actually fallen off the tee.
I'm taking the low on that.
Blame Hurricane Florence.
Hurricane Florence is pushing up some wind up here. A little whirlwind. So I think we have deep. I can't tell who we have deep. It doesn't look like Landon. Is it Landon?
I wouldn't think so.
I think it's Michael Landon. From
Highway to Heaven.
Ball going to the sideline. Well, going about it does. That is Landon. And it's Ethan Newell.
20. Yep.
And Mitchell Johnson.
Return.
So I think that's the ball. I think there's a new rule this year. Is 15 from the spot you kick it.
Nope.
It's 25 from the spot you kick it.
25 from the spot you kick it, or you can take it 5 yards from where it goes out of bounds. You
Okay.
can take it where it goes out of bounds plus 5 yards. That's new this year. So like on an onside kick would be the only time where you'd probably
take
see
that.
if they kick it out of bounds on an onside kick.
So the Tigers will take it to the 35-yard line. That's 25 from the kicking spot. As Trent said, the ball actually went out of bounds about the 25, I think-ish. So at the 5-yard from there, it would have been the 30. So the Tigers, being smart, take the little extra distance. 1:37 left. Clock has started. I think that will. No, they didn't start the clock. They should just be running, I think, at this point. Henningsen hands off to Johnson. Johnson met immediately. Whistle blown, dead. Ball pops loose, but definitely no fumble there. Clock in motion with 1:23 left. As Trent mentioned already, and Troy and I mentioned, there will be a very limited postgame show, which maybe means no postgame show. 1 minute 14 seconds left for the Tigers. Down 46-7. Henningsen under center. Did you say it's Hergenretter snapping the ball? Is that right?
It is. Alex
Hergenretter, great young man. Had him on my baseball team a few years ago. Love Alex. Love the family. Great guys.
Avid Chicago Cub fan.
Little fake and go. Oh, little miscommunication there. Henningsen thought Newell was going short.
Newell went long.
And he was actually open long if Hergenretter had seen him make that break. Now the clock is running full time, even on the incomplete pass, so we're in the continuous clock mode. Once again, our prayers go out to Drew Hatfield and his family. Love the family, great people all the way around. Have worked with Drew a lot in different sports as well, and hopefully taking care of the fibula and all the other stuff he had going on there. So keep him in your prayers tonight, and hope Drew feels better soon. Henningsen pitches it out. Carson Johnson running to the left-hand side. Tries the stiff arm, but taken down up quickly. Says he's down, ball loose, but they call him down. So with 10 seconds left, that'll be the end of the game. Your score here at Gilbert tonight, Greene County Rams all over the Gilbert Tigers, 46-7. Thanks for listening, and we'll broadcast again next week. Thank you all.